swear, say you know they feeling for chest, I bet. When the DJ knock up for deck, I know, say you don't, they carry you go where you know, no. For like when I'm go low, carry you go where you know, no. Shalewa when I'm go low.
They make it carry me go where I know, no. When you make me lose control, shawty walk back control. Shawty walk back control.
For like fidi give me the number. Shalewa for like fidi Shalewa for like fidi Shalewa for like fidi. One time I be stepping up, I go move my body till I feel I've had enough. Make nobody come and try to interrupt. I dey feel all the moves is not good stuff. Another time I be feeling fly. See I saw the fine boys on they look beside. Me no care about the force where they wanna fly. I go just stay dingy, post to be pride. I wanna dance till I can feel my feet. Dance till I know fit, yeah beat. Dance until you contact it. Dance until you know peace. So put on for chest and swear. Say you know they feeling for chest, I bet. When the DJ knock up for deck, I know, say you don't, they carry you go where you know, no. For like when I'm go low, carry you go where you know, no. Shalewa when I'm go low, Shalewa for like fidi Shalewa for like fidi Shalewa for like fidi Shalewa for like fidi. I just wanna feel it, the vibration. Me no got no worries. Now your vibe where it easy.
No.
Me no got no worries. Now your vibe where it easy. Yeah.
Wallah, ولي يا رسول الله. فوفوتني بقى وليلة يدي يا بابا فوفوتني بقى واسل الشوق يا بابا تخزيم فوفوتني بقى يا بابا وما بتشعل وليلة يدي يا بابا فوفوتني بقى يا دارت بلا ودارت بلا يا بابا فوفوتني بقى وابولا يا مولاي يا شباب وفوفوتني بقى يا بابا ومولاي لا شوف وزيلا مسبب وفوفوتني بقى يا بابا وكله وحاله حدا يجيب حاله يا بابا وفوفوتني بقى يا بابا فوفوتني بقى يا بابا ومولاي يا مولاي نشم فوفوتني بقى يا بابا ومولاي نشم يا سلام اسمع فوفوتني بقى يا بابا واشعل الخرجين يا بالليل يا بابا فوفوتني بقى يا بابا يا فوفوتني بقى وهدي الديا اشعل الشمعة ما بات كدا ما بات شعل وليلا ليلا وليلا الديا دارت مدى فوق الديما وما بات كدا وليلا الديا وحرام مرة هدي الديا يا مدو يا ربي فوق الديما وليلا ليلا
still here.
It's time for some hostile therapy.
All right, welcome to Hostile Therapy on Thursday with Big Red. Turn again, of course, it's me, Big Red, and Lord Trent.
You're protect Palestine. You already know. First 10 seconds in, I'll give it down.
Yeah, first 10 seconds in, let's see if we can keep the program going for the entire 2 hours that we're up here or more without
All
getting
the Israelis are pedophiles. Nope.
All right, that is something I will not agree with. That is a alleged, and I will not have my head chopped off because of you.
Oh, well, see, that's alleged. All Israelis chop off heads. Oh shit. Damn.
Oh,
Looks like we're in it together now, Red.
It only takes one knife to chop off a head. I only need one. All right, we're just gonna let them come after you.
Both refugees from the Israeli government, Red and Trent.
Okay, so let's leave the Palestinians alone because we got more pressing matters that start with P. Actually, that can mean two P's.
Yeah, so it's on topic, to be honest.
Yeah, it could be P Diddy, could be penis, wherever you want to delve into on this subject matter. But P Diddy, yeah,
penis Diddy, pedophile Diddy, putting his dick where it's not supposed to go, Diddy.
Well, it seems to be a lot of people from what I'm hearing lately, and it's not just women that it's alleged to have happened to.
Oh, it's never been just women when it comes to Diddy. Brother Love.
Where do you think that came from? You said brother love or butt love? Is that what you said?
I mean, honestly, it sounded when he first told the world that his name was Brother Love. It sounded, if you go back to the video, it looked like he sounded butt love. Or it looked like he said butt love. Yeah, just call me, because who the fuck really needs to know when he used to really do that, like let us know that he changing his name. And think about this, Muhammad Ali had so much trouble getting motherfuckers to stop calling him Cassius Clay, and he changed his name for religious and righteous beliefs. P Diddy, Puff Daddy, Diddy, Shiny Suit Man, Brother Love just be changing his name on a fucking whim, and the media outlets, all right, P Diddy decides to drop the P. And they call him that. They
sound right either. Decide to drop the P. That sounds like euphemism for something else.
And why you think they decided to respect it so damn much? Oh, he's dropping that P, dropping that capital P. Oh yeah, call him Diddy.
I mean, that could be R. Kelly, depending on where you're coming from with that. Dropping the P could mean two things.
I'm pretty sure they work together. Like B2K and what song was that? Fucking Bump Bump Bump. B2K. Diddy was on the remix, and R. Kelly used to write for B2K. So boom, Nas playing you. They was always touching on people who didn't want it.
Well, I don't know. Did you see that footage of him where he was supposedly somewhere in Florida pacing around? I don't know if he was hearing what was happening in his home on the West Coast where his sons were getting arrested. Where
he got raided. Yeah, he got raided.
Yeah. And so allegedly he's flown out of the country to
oh wow,
get dirty somewhere. Maybe. You know, I've heard somewhere in South America, his plane has landed. Somehow they were able to trace it.
Somewhere where he can't be prosecuted by American government.
Yeah, just like Russell Simmons.
Yeah.
You know, Russell Simmons is out of the country too because he had allegations coming against him. And
y'all, and what's crazy is if you got millions and millions, billions, as Diddy does, did he do or did he do or you could live in these other countries cheap as fuck forever. You would never have to come back to America. Especially he done sold off the shares of
Oh
Revolt.
yeah, I was
So that
about to
means
say
you
that.
got mad money. And guess what? Living in fucking Costa Rica, living in well, Costa Rica is still part of like a US territory, or it's not a US. I don't know what the fuck Costa Rica is. It's Afro-Caribbean. But yeah, living in insert South American country here, living abroad in insert. You know what's funny? They
What's
never
that?
go back to Africa.
Yeah.
Why not go back to
Okay.
Africa, did he? Like he was wearing a shirt that said Africa. In the video, he was wearing a
They
shirt
don't
that
want him
said
back either.
Africa.
They don't want him back there either.
I guarantee you there is a corrupt politician in Nigeria and in Ghana and probably Benin and Togo where we all got sanctioned off for slavery. There is a corrupt politician there still in whoever is in charge of the Congo, I'm pretty sure they would love for Diddy to come by. Because think about it, like African politicians still let Europeans come in and auction or take advantage of their resources, mine their gold, mine their diamonds, mine their cobalt, mine their people. So they're obviously cool with exploitation of their resources. That's why in recent years, so many African nations have been trying to get Black Americans, especially the wealthy Black Americans, to come back to Africa, but only if you can afford it, because Ghana is more affordable to live in Ghana than it is America. But
Definitely.
they selling property for they starting at $1 million, $1 million Ghana, a
Yeah.
million Ghana city.
How easy do you think it is to manipulate people over there though, compared to over here?
It is or I don't want to say it
How
is.
easy?
Oh yeah, it is easy because the American, literally all because of the American dollar, how far it goes all over the world. The only place, and pay attention, the only place the American dollar is less value than the currency is in Europe. The euro is worth more than the American dollar.
Right. But do you think the government, because he got other people in his pockets too, besides just women and just regular guys. He's got
Oh yeah,
people,
he got
politicians in his
the
pocket.
private prison industrial system in his pocket. Every rapper does.
Think so?
Their music literally does nothing but endorse and glamorize criminality, which leads more of us, young Black men and young Black women, to end up as victims in the private prison industrial system, which keeps the private prison industrial system a multi-billion dollar industry, much like hip hop. No other, like again, the further us to be the primary occupants of private prisons and the county jails at large,
Hmm.
it has to stem from somewhere. And it's primarily because we as a culture are more pro crime committing. We have so many shows like Power and Raising Canaan that make drug dealing and crime committing seem like it's just it's cool. It's what the fuck you do. It's
It's
the way
supposed
of
to
the
do.
world.
It's the
Hmm?
rite of passage for Black people.
It's pretty much like we won't allow a hip hop artist to become a successful hip hop artist unless they sell us their struggle story first. That's the only reason Drake raps about being a child of divorce, because that's the only struggle he actually knows.
Whose fault do you blame this on, as far as putting P Diddy in power? He seems like he's losing power now, but
Oh man.
who put
Uh
him in this place? Is,
Clive
is it
Davis.
us playing
Clive
Clive Davis?
Davis, Leor Cohen, another Israeli. Uh, just the people that, like, first off, did he got dirty hands? He got dirty money and dirty hands. That boy, R.I.P. Christopher Wallace, R.I.P. Black Rob, R.I.P. Kim Porter, R.I.P. A lot of people near Diddy done died.
Yeah, I
One
mean,
of the
you can say the
last
whole Bad Boy
pictures of
catalog.
hmm,
You better damn near say the whole Bad Boy catalog. Rest in peace.
damn,
Even
like
the
the
ones
most
who are still
profitable,
alive.
and
You can say rest in peace.
people only get rich after they leave Bad Boy. Mary J. Blige did not get rich on Bad Boy.
She wasn't on Bad Boy though.
She wasn't. She okay. What was she doing? Who was she with?
I don't know, but she
Oh,
wasn't.
no, well, shit, not Mary J. Blige. I'm thinking of the wrong one.
Faith was on
Faith
there.
Evans. Is
Yeah.
Faith Evans even rich right now?
Uh, I mean, not
Little Kim,
not
is
like
she rich
them.
right now?
She wasn't on Bad Boy either.
Little Kim was on Bad Boy. What you mean?
She wasn't.
Well, Junior Mafia.
Julie Moffitt wasn't on Bad Boy.
The fuck?
They were
Where
on,
the fuck was that?
they were on Undies, a label created by Biggie,
Which is
which I
Junior
think
Mafia,
was
right?
Julia Moffitt was on Undies created by Biggie, which I think was under Atlantic.
So
Because Biggie feared for the same reason what we're talking about. I think he feared that they were going to be run over like he was, because
the
he
two
wasn't
things was
making the
gonna
money
happen.
either.
Puffy was either gonna fuck him out of money
Yeah.
or try to fuck him.
Yeah. I mean, if I believe from what I'm hearing from, I don't know if you hear the guy, Gene Deal's interviews. He does plenty of interviews about
That man
Puff
be
Daddy.
whoa.
He's
That man need
everywhere.
a job for the interviews
Yeah.
he be doing.
Yeah. If I believe what I hear him say, he said
Listen.
Biggie wasn't making a lot of money either. That's why he was trying to get out of his deal, which may have been, that's a conspiracy that people think that Puff
Actually,
had something
Tupac
to
was
do with
saying that
his
shit a
killing
lot.
that too.
Tupac was saying that shit a lot in the interviews that he was doing. He was like, when he was talking shit about Biggie, he was like,
Mhm.
and your label is hoeing you out of your money. You not the king of New York. You say you got this, but you ain't really got that. Like Tupac was,
Yeah.
which is why they're both dead.
I was like, Pac won't making a lot of money either toward the end of his time.
He was
Death Row was
making
getting him too.
money outside. You got to think Tupac as a rapper in the 90s was an anomaly because he had avenues outside of hip hop more so than any other artist at the time had. Like, yeah, LL Cool J was doing a little bit of acting and shit, and Ice-T was doing a little bit of acting, but only Tupac was actually being taken seriously as an actor. Like when you're rubbing elbows with Mickey Rooney and fucking Jim Belushi and Madonna is coming to see you in jail. You know what I'm saying? You're moving out of the realm of rap star to superstar. And that's where and Tupac had promotions. He had the Thug Passion Liquor. Um fucking Gianni Versace had the biggest crush on Tupac. That's why he gave him so much Versace clothes to wear. That's another reason hip hop and high fashion merged because these white men had crushes on these aggressive young black men. Especially Tupac in the tub when he was naked with all the fucking gold chains on it. But Johnny Versace was like, I want him in my jeans.
You don't think we're a little bit more culpable though of creating this monster Puff Daddy for worshiping him, for how much
No,
money he
because
makes?
we never held Puff Daddy as the best artist of all time. Like name one award, name one accolade that you could truly say Puff, or name one category of music where you can truly say Sean Combs is your favorite person of that
Yeah,
category.
it's never been the music; it's been the image, though.
And
'Cause look,
here's the image though. He's never been like, I'm super comfortable with my masculinity. He's never been what women would consider attractive. He's never been LL Cool J. You know what I'm saying? He's never
oh,
been,
it's not like
he's never been
looks.
the sex symbol. And now that we're talking of
Money makes men sexy all the time. A
he
lot of
makes men sexy, which is
money.
yeah, I feel like he's really involved in the process on that. I feel like he's really involved in hair and makeup.
All right.
Yeah, daddy. Yeah, make sure you gloss his lips like
Well, I
that.
mean,
Ooh.
Big E, I don't think most women would be saying he's the most sexiest guy in the world, but money
You mean
can
Puffy.
change a lot. Or Jay-Z, most women would not say if he was working at McDonald's, he's the sexiest cat in the world.
But see,
money can
Jay-Z
change your premise on
actually
how you look at certain people. Well, mainly men, but it doesn't work that way on the other side for women. But for men, money can change how you look at a guy.
exactly, and Jay-Z does say that a lot. He does reference
He
how,
knows.
before he was before he was ugly, then he started selling some drugs and all the way the light-skinned girls is feeling me now. He says that a lot. But the difference with Jay-Z is
Hmm.
there are many times where many people have said Jay-Z is my favorite rapper. Jay-Z, my
I can
favorite
go for that.
Jay-Z album is, or
Hmm.
one of the best hip hop songs I've ever heard is, and it's by Jay-Z. Like, there's literally nothing. Diddy, I'm saying all this to say, Diddy has pretty much been elected and kept in power by the white people that own hip hop, the Leor Cohens, the Clive Davises.
Yeah.
because
Well,
he's gonna do exactly what they would do or what any other label would do. I'm going to hold my artists out of the money that they're rightfully owed,
that he
build
did.
up wealth for myself, and watch, rinse, repeat.
Right. Um, because of, I guess, some of those artists want to be famous so bad, though, they were easily duped into that, though.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
they
yeah,
was gonna suck his
Leo
dick.
Cohen put him in that position, but us worshiping him, I'm putting that part on us. Us
I do that
worshiping
for yeah.
superstardom put him in that place. I mean, after we heard these things for so many times, I mean, for years, we've been hearing that he was like doing his artist bad. So at some point, you can say, "Fool, shame on you," but after so many years, you got to say, "Shame on us." And then you hear all these allegations that came afterwards. I'm like, why would you even still go to a label like that? It's the same thing with the R. Kelly thing. You saw Leah and you saw these signs where he was with the 15-year-old. It wasn't even hidden signs. It was pretty blatant, but we let it pass by because of who he was, how famous he was, and how we worshipped him as a celebrity. And it kept happening. And even after Aaliyah passed, we kept hearing things. Even after a tape was released in court, we still kept letting them pass. That's on us, I feel. I mean, the producer, the owner of the record label can put them out, but we got to be the ones to not buy the product.
Yeah, I do agree. We have to be the ones to not buy the product. That's why it's hard to believe that we even did this shit with Diddy, because in recent years, what was the last P. Diddy project that you can
I
say,
give you
not
that.
even that you can even say you remember?
Right. I give you that part because it's like, what was the talent? But
Like,
him,
not even the town. Where's the content?
yeah,
Like, and he's only responsible for the P. Diddy is making millions and millions of dollars off of French Montana being the biggest African artist on the planet right now. Think about that.
Morocco.
French Montana, an
Mhm,
Arab from Morocco, is the
mhm.
number one selling African artist on the planet.
It's crazy.
And that's Bad Boy.
But he knew what he was doing, though. See,
He did.
he's good at delegating his artists, making money for him. You know what? It's a pyramid scheme. That's what it is. He was a pyramid scheme.
Pyramids like where? Ancient Egypt. They've been stealing shit forever. Continue.
All right. You know what? I also put on the blame because I don't know if you saw. I saw a few people, Tyrese being one of them,
Mhm.
coming out in his Puff Daddy's defense, like, "Hey, I'm gonna wait. That's my friend. I'm gonna wait until I see more evidence." And I mean, I guess I can understand that if you were truly his friend and not just somebody you hang out with and somebody who lent money, or maybe somebody you just went to one of these parties with, maybe I can kind of understand. But Uncle Luke, he's another one that came out in defense of P. Diddy, saying, "Oh, he must have pissed somebody off because he sued the people, I think, with Ciroc." And so now all of a sudden, all these allegations are coming out. I'm like, we've been hearing these allegations for years, dog, for about 20 years. This ain't new. He didn't piss. Yeah, sure. He might have pissed somebody off, and now the allegations are coming to the forefront. That don't take
But
away the
yeah,
fact that he
the
did it.
allegations had something, events had to exist for these allegations to even come to the forefront now. So it's like they only protect each other. Because one, who the fuck gave a damn what Tyrese had to say about any of this? How he's even still allowed to be considered famous is a mystery to me after you literally begged people
Fast
for
and Furious.
money and sympathy online. Uncle Luke, another person. What have you done for me lately
He's a legend.
outside of bitch about the fact that Drake spent $1 million in Miami? Like what? And also, but I don't even know where to start. I don't know. I really don't know where to start with Tyrese because I didn't know Tyrese and Diddy were friends like that. I'm honestly shocked to know that they even know each other.
I'm not.
Um, Uncle Luke, I've never seen him and Diddy it's weird that they only want to defend each other in these circumstances. But where is the protect and free Palestine? Like, where is the protect and free the Congo? These motherfuckers are speaking out to the fans to tell me that they're still going to lend their support to a black man, yes, but a black man that is obviously guilty and has been accused of these things for multiple times for decades versus I'm going to be entirely silent about the mass genocide of people that's going on over in the countries that we all come from. Like, it's just all so disingenuous, and
You
I
know
know
what
that
it
what
is,
they're
right?
thinking. They're trying to protect, or they're trying to gain act when Diddy, beats all of this, they want to make sure they're on his good side.
You know what it is, right? It has nothing to do with him being black. I mean, when I'm talking about, I'm coming up from Uncle Luke and Tyrese, it's dealing with rich. You can, or you can say,
Exactly.
you might can say rich black people at maybe at the closest, but it's mostly rich. Because like you just said, you defend what you know. You're not going, nobody's going to come out and defend such and such has got a trial that's happening in North Carolina or in Arkansas
They're not.
that's of the lower class or even of the
How
middle
many of them
class.
were out here truly marching with us when George Floyd got murdered? How many of them were truly how many of them even said Sandra Bland's name?
Yeah,
How
nobody.
many of them, like, they rap about these things, maybe they throw these things in their songs, they might put a little memorial in their music video, but they only do it in a way that it can be monetized. They only want to
Oh, yeah.
give you a piece of their mind, how they really feel, and try to galvanize us when you're right. When it comes to the wealthy white 1% picking on the wealthy black 1%. And I get it. What they're trying to say is, well, the general of the chairman of General Mills and all these white people that y'all don't know, this is how they got rich. This is how they stay rich. This is how we do it. We're just trying to play the game. But they can't say all of that because of those NDAs that they signed that allowed them to play the game. And they're trying to tell us window shoppers, they're trying to tell us as we sit outside of the club, they're trying to tell us, hey, y'all, they doing us wrong. It's like you're in the club. I'm outside the club, but you're trying to tell me that they are doing us so terrible inside of this club. Nigga, you the only one that can do something about it in that club. Like, but what you can do is you can come outside of that little club and you can make a club out here with your own community with the same people that you're trying to galvanize to run up in the club and shoot that motherfucker up. Because if I run up in this club and shoot up one of these white people because P. Diddy or Snoop Dogg don't like where they put his fucking cereal in Walmart, Snoop Dogg is not gonna bail me out.
Right.
Snoop Dogg just gonna probably retweet it, repost it on his Instagram, maybe talk about it on his IG live. Damn, that shit crazy what the little cuz did. But that's love though. Make sure y'all all go out there and buy the Snoopy O's. Like,
Is that what it's called? Snoopy O's?
I don't what else would they be called? What
That makes
we're
sense.
talking about Snoop Dogg and cereal.
Snoop O's or Snoopy O's, something like that. I haven't seen.
Amazing that Charlie Brown doesn't have that locked already.
Stay tuned. They'll probably get sued in a couple years or probably in the near future. If they haven't already gotten sued. Actually, I think he did kind of get sued because they
I
said the
feel
name
like
was
the
too
creator of the
close.
Peanuts. The creator of the Peanuts probably makes a sizable portion off of Snoop Dogg just for the simple fact that I trademarked that name back when you were in diapers, young man. If you want to continue to use it, you're gonna have to give me $50,000 at the top of every month.
Yeah, well, at least his family's getting it. I think Charles Schulz is dead.
They keep it in the family.
Oh,
That's how these
yeah.
institutions stay in place. They marry each other, they merge wealth, and then they keep that wealth in the family. I've been playing Monopoly on my PlayStation for like 6 days straight. I think I am a realtor renaissance god. A renaissance realtor god. Park Place and Boardwalk Boulevard forever belong to me. All the railroads too.
Yeah, you never let that go. Let me see. I may play a little bit of this Luke response, trying to defend him right quick.
Uncle Luke can't even
It's a
talk.
few videos. It's like more than one, so bear with me.
Uncle Luke don't need to defend shit. He come from a Florida school
Who
system.
the fuck he think he is? Oh, we'll show you better than we can tell you. Then they'll try to reason with you, and they'll talk to your manager because your manager look like them, and they'll be like, "Hey man, tell your man to chill out." And then the manager come in and he trying to keep his job. Hey, guy, calm down. And then you go walk around like it's all about you. You got all the cars and the mansions and the jets and all the yachts and all this and all the people running around. You talking about, yeah, yeah, yeah. And now you want to fight. Now you want to bite the hand that feeds you. Don't your mama ever always tell you that? Your mama say, never bite the hand that feeds you. And so this is how the major corporations work when you try to come after them. Now you put a lawsuit in. Bam! Lawsuit.
Got a couple more. Hold up.
Start the smear campaign because they down with the media. They got to smear you before you go into the courtroom of your peers. They go, okay, we can't settle with this dude. We'll have no voice of reason. He want to act crazy. Now we're going to go after you. Now we're going to call up our same senator. Hey, man, I need you, man, go issue a search warrant, man. I need you to drag this motherfucker. In the hood, that's what we call it. I want you to drag his ass. I want you to have all kind of allegations. So by the time he come in this courtroom, he going to wish he know we're going to take every fucking dime you got. Because we made you. You didn't make us, God damn it. You fuck with my stock. You fuck with my money. You fuck with me. I'm going to fuck with you. I'm going to break your ass down to the lowest term. That's how this shit go, boss.
No.
Fuck that shit. I'm suing their ass. I'm take their company down.
Florida.
Fuck that shit. They taking my brand and my name and likeness and they making millions of dollars. I want out of this contract. And now, mind you, these people on the stock market, they stock go down 5%. That just cost them some billions. So they're looking at this motherfucker to the shareholders. This motherfucker is affecting our stock. They gotta hold on. You just fucked up some billions of dollars. These are major corporations that are on the stock market that you can affect their stock and cost them in one day billions of dollars by having their stock drop because your sneakers, you telling people you don't want them selling your sneakers. Or you don't want them
Somebody holding this camera for him, or is he?
You go.
He look like the old man.
And you getting these billions. And you see them put you up on a pedestal. That's because they put you up on a pedestal. They made you the guy. They placed you on every network. They sold you to all y'all on here. They gave you 5 million followers. They put all this, they dress you up like a fucking hoe on the street. They gave you the Bugattis. They gave you the mansions on 2 different coasts. They put you up on a pedestal because they need you. It's like some pimp shit. When you got your main girl, you dress her up and she look like this and look like that and do this and you march her into the big room. I'm telling you. So when they put you on that motherfucking pedestal and then you start thinking it's about you and you want to take over their shit, them people look back like.
One more.
From you ain't paying you off the liquor. Them people like, hold the fuck on. Okay, get the lawsuit.
Yeah, that's the last one. See, what I gather from this is, man, we just have a hard time ever accepting accountability for anything. When we have our heroes, we never want to see them fall. And so we're going to defend them to the T until the death. We don't want to have accountability for any of our heroes whatsoever. And the first thing we go to is saying, well, the white people don't bring people down. What do you mean they don't bring people down? You don't think that white people don't bring each other down in politics? You don't think none of the white people...
We're literally choosing between 2 white men who want to do the same thing to America, which is fuck it.
Yeah, but they're trying to put him in... One side is trying to put him in prison, and the other side is not. I mean, they put their own people in prison too.
I'm pretty sure Republicans want Biden in prison.
I'm sure they do too. I'm sure people wanted Bill Clinton impeached and in prison, when he had the whole oral sex.
Sure, people want his wife in prison. They both on Epstein's list.
Exactly. They wish death upon some of their people, man. So I don't like hearing that BS when people talking about, well, it's only us that does that.
Because if you notice, what he was saying was like, this is the game they play. It's like, but y'all are still choosing to play the game. Like y'all still like, let me tell you how these major corporations play. Why do you have to go to a major corporation? Why? Like we want to blame these white people that give us the platform to do it, but if we didn't do it on their like if we stopped going to their platform, they wouldn't have shit. Like it's a whole bunch of like biting the hand that feeds you. Stop getting fed by these people. Y'all get millions and millions of dollars, and what do you do? Lets me know that they don't truly have the millions of dollars that they claim to have. Because if you truly gained $100 million, $100 million, and you come from the ghetto, you would never want to go back. Why would you buy $500,000 car? Spend your money on $500,000 jewelry, buy thousands of dollars worth of pairs of shoes and shit. And it's because you're not actually spending it. The day of an actual a rich person, they don't touch their own money. Like when the fact that he said you talking to your manager and your manager looked like one of them. Why do you have a white manager? Why do you have a Jewish manager? I know what happened. You got up in this game and they separated you from your people. They told you that, hey, if you want to get anywhere in this business, you're going to need a really professional agent. Like, just watch the game. Like, you can start off with a black manager that literally just wants you to succeed in the black way. Then here comes this white manager. Hey, you're good, but you're not going to cross over to the main circuits without my white ass help. So now you got a white manager. They link you up with your white agent. They link you up with a white stylist. Now you out here wearing dresses and fucking lipstick and talking about, I don't care what people feel about my masculinity. It's my masculinity. Like you out here looking like you're looking like a fucking clown in this fucking circus, and all for the entertainment of people who will not believe you when you say that you're innocent, because the way in which you exploited or chose to let yourself be exploited was by kind of bragging about never having to be accountable for any ill decisions that you make. You know what I'm saying? It's really fun. Yeah, we can't take accountability, but how quick were we to turn on Bill Cosby when all of these allegations came out about him from 40 years ago? We were
Who?
so quick to turn on him and
Nah,
put him in jail.
the black people.
Black people were very quick to turn on Bill Cosby.
I don't know about that.
I feel like we were too quick to turn on Bill Cosby, and he was literally the only father a lot of us ever knew.
I don't know about that because there's still a lot of people that defending him now, even with
I hear
all the
more people,
allegations
and
and
you
evidence
got to
coming
know
out.
this. There more people defend R. Kelly than they do Bill Cosby, because they look at the number, just like Luke was saying about the smear campaign. 40, like that's all people say. When it comes to Bill Cosby, all people say is, but 40 women though. But 40 women can't be lying. But 40 women can't be lying.
I
Why
don't know.
can't they? Why
I
can't
think
40
that's
women
not
lie?
equal for me, dog. On that one, when I hear people talk about R. Kelly, um, I don't even know if they're defending him. I think they're just saying, regardless of what he did, I'm still going to listen to his music. I hear more people defend Bill Cosby and saying, well, I don't think none of that happened because of the times it happened. There's no way a black guy was going to get all these white women and nobody was going to tell. I don't hear nobody saying that about, because most of the people that R. Kelly messing with were black, if not all of them. I hear people saying they think he did it for the most part, but it's like, I blame the parents for taking
My
him over
point
there. I mean,
exactly.
it's still
When it comes
defense.
to R. Kelly, we blame the parents. We
Yeah.
don't blame
But they're not
him.
saying he's innocent, though. Like, I hear people say Bill Cosby is innocent still.
I don't hear, maybe my side of the internet is younger and more ignorant. It's got to be, because they
Okay.
literally will not believe that. They will not believe, even though there is visual proof of this man peeing on somebody, that he is in fact a pisser, but will make it seem like you just mentioned Hitler if you talk about the damn Cosby show, or you mention anything that Bill Cosby was attached to. And
Mm.
I mean, even if it is the same level of people don't fuck with him, or people still decide to fuck with him, even in the face of, one is clearly guilty, and this is why it's hard for black people. One is clearly guilty, and
Right.
one is possibly being set up because they were making, like Bill Cosby, whatever Luke is claiming Diddy was doing by biting the hand that feeds him. Bill Cosby was planning to buy Viacom CBS, because
Mm.
Bill Cosby isn't a black person that talks about how much millions he has. He's not a black person that, I'm I'm sponsoring this place, but I'm only sponsoring it on camera so that y'all can see me sponsor it because that's gonna buy me some more good faith whenever I need it. You know what I'm saying? Like he sponsors a lot of schools. He takes care of Philadelphia. He's behind a lot of things with the Morehouse College, Spelman College, things of that nature. And he doesn't talk about it. He doesn't publicize it. These are things that he just does. But these are things that in the business world, in white America, in the capitalist world, they pay attention to. And when they notice you try to make a play, even if you had the fight, like that's why so many of our artists want to build up their finances because they be trying to buy their way out of their slave ass contract. Even Oprah is in a slave ass contract that she can only afford, like she can only
Who
afford
she a
to
slave
exploit
to?
other people.
Who she a slave to?
Epstein, or she was a slave to Epstein. Whoever got a majority share of whatever the fuck Epstein and Harvey Weinstein had going the fuck on.
The
Because here's the
Weinstein
thing, if
Company?
none of them are slaves, how come all of them say the same thing in regards to the same practices happening, but nobody wants to give an exact name?
Mhm.
They always just say the major corporations, them people. That say a fucking name. The same way the media will say Diddy did this, the same way they are not afraid to say our name when we do something. You can tell that a lot of our artists are still under non-disclosure agreements and slave ass contracts because they can't mention any names or any specifics, or else that would be a breach of contract, and they would find their black asses in court under fire now
Oh, yeah,
because you took the money. Like regardless of whatever the fuck you say about how evil they are, you took the money. You took the money. You made the deal
NDA.
with the devil, and now
NDA
that you
ain't nothing
mad that
but a
the deal
contract.
is deviling.
NDA ain't nothing but a blackmail contract.
It's nothing but there's shit. It just like that one video I shared of Bun B. They give you a contract that's like 80 pages long. About 3 of those pages are the shit that you actually pay attention to, that you want to
Of
see,
course.
that you want to read. You strum, and the rest, the other 77, you just strum through. Okay, and they'll tell you, oh, that's just legal mumbo jumbo, which that's racist. Mumbo jumbo is a West African healing god. But people did not believe that he had healing capabilities, so they started using his name to refer to malarkey, junk, and things that were of a fictional nature. Mumbo jumbo. But he is a real person. He is from West Africa, and he is a black deity of magic. But they'll tell you everything in this contract is legal. Yeah, that's a history fact for you. You can Google that afterwards. I swear to God, I'm not lying. Uh, you could they'll tell you that everything in these contracts is mumbo jumbo, but that's literally just so that your ignorant ass, your desperate ass, you need the money, you need the whatever, you need the money, you want the fame, you sign it, and you don't have a lawyer look over it. You don't sit down yourself and read over it, and they've written it in what seems to be verbal fucking braille. The participant and client shall will forth and have to thereof the lacking of the back, fourth, and which, and fifth, and the third. Like no regular motherfucker, especially little NBA NFL joystick Durkio is not going to be able to read this shit. And they're coming straight off the block, so they probably didn't invest in a lawyer or legal representation before they got this deal from this major corporation. All that said, just to say, in those 77 pages, that is where they are lubing you up to get fucked. They probably have shit in there that says, hey, if you ever decide to talk shit about us, we have access to the phone that we gave you, so we'll expose your dick pics and make it seem like you're sending them to minors. Like, we have the right to do this because you signed something without reading it all the way. Like, literally, I got a notification on my phone that says, do you want to continue to give Google access to your photos? They've had access to your photos for about 6 months. I didn't even know it because I blindly pressed allow
You
on
hit
something.
okay on the allow cookies thing.
I blindly
Most
pressed
people do.
allow, accept, and now Google looking at my dick pic. Now Google looking at my saved memes that I'm gonna use to drop on somebody whenever they try to come at me with a retort, and I'm like, got the perfect meme for that.
Well, how come none of this doesn't seem to affect? I know you've heard. Well, Gene Deal. I would think if anybody had an NDA because he worked with Bad Boy for the majority of the time. Biggie was alive or whatever. Jaguar Wright. That's another one. She speaks out on Jay-Z, Biggie all the time, and another one. And I don't know how much if he hung out with Puff Daddy and Jay-Z and all these other record labels. Orlando Brown, that dude always the same. Maybe because he talks crazy all the time and nobody just believes him, but they don't seem to be affected by that. They speak out on it. I don't know. They just don't care what gets released. And so she's calling or he's calling their bluff, but they seem to always talk about what goes on in the inner workings of the music industry and Hollywood. This one just came. I don't know how recent this is, but a video of Orlando Brown talking about the inner workings just a little bit, but no one seems to ever believe him because he says some outlandish things
Seems crazy.
sometimes. I
And
can't
here's
tell.
the thing. Here's a
He
wealthy
might have
person.
been crazy because of what they did to him. I don't know.
And I think that he is. I truly think that
He was on Disney, right?
he was on a lot. He was in Major Pain.
Yeah, I
He
remember
was on
that.
the Jamie Foxx show. He might have been on Disney. Yeah,
He was on
was he on
Family
Disney?
Matters.
I mean, yeah, he was on Disney as That's So Raven.
That's right. That's right. Dang,
He
I
was on
forget.
That So Raven. But yeah, he was a very and he was an adorable kid. You know what I'm saying? And a very good child actor. He wasn't cringy or nothing. He wasn't. Oh God. They only think they only want to fuck this kid because he is a terrible actor. No, he could actually act. But wealthy man thought this person once a person is labeled crazy, insane, unstable, bipolar, whatever the fuck have you, and we can rig we again, if I'm tight with the media, I can rig stories to make it seem that way. But when you do that yourself, me as a wealthy person, I don't have to do anything about you or to you because if I did, even if it's through a sniper, even if it's through no actual physical contact of my own, if you wind up dead, it's only going to make the things that you said look like they're true. That's why people were so immediately when Jamie Foxx did all that talking about Diddy and Diddy parties and he ended up in that coma, people were like, "Ooh, don't do that." So as a wealthy person, it literally does me no I would only be doing myself a disservice if I actually got you out of the way. Him and Gene Deal. Like Gene Deal, anytime you see him, I hate to say it looks like he still lives in Bed-Stuy. Looks like he's still live from Bedford-Stuyvesant, the livest one. So it seems as though he can't get work. He used to be
Mace
a
is another
bodyguard.
one too.
Hmm?
And Mace is another one too. He speaks on it a lot too. Speaking on it now.
But see, as I mean, Mace is hoeing himself out again for the streams of YouTube and whoever owns it is what it is. Because I'm pretty sure him and Cameron don't own it. They don't own well, obviously the platform that you primarily see it on is YouTube. They don't own that. So whatever platform they're doing, it is what it is on. I'm pretty sure they're not owners of it. So they're also prostitutes in this situation. And I hate to agree with Uncle Luke so much on this because what he said was not wrong. He literally said everything correct. Like everything he was explaining about how these major corporations do you, 100% correct. Y'all still take the money though, every time. They tell you to end the fucking contract even before the contract. Sometimes they get so brolic about it. Yeah, we'll give you $1,000,000 as long as you put on this dress, sell malt liquor to your community, and date some white women for us, please. Please. We want you to sell white women. We want you to put these white bitches in your music video. Like matter of fact, I was just watching a video today. It was an old interview that Ice Cube did on Howard Stern. Like that's a dated ass reference.
Mm.
Ice Cube did a interview on Howard Stern talking about how I mean a lot of what I just said earlier. The CIA comes into these record labels and says, "Hey, make sure to add things like," and you don't know they're CIA executives, but some nice dressed white men come into the studio, they come into your record label and they say, or your engineers or so and so says, "Hey, say this." This is what a lot of kids are saying in the streets right now. Like Ice Cube is saying this, like, say this, put this in your song, rap about this, talk about this. And he would later go on to figure out that those people worked for the CIA and they were trying to get rappers to glamorize criminality because that was going to fill up the federal prison, the private prison industrial system. If we get them to subscribe to all of, like, if we get the angst of teenage youth to go against American ideals, especially minority teenage youth, we can do two things. We can We can imprison them and incarcerate them and turn them into indentured servants or slaves again. And we can villainize them on the nightly news because we're also friends with the media. So we can gain public support from white people and non-blacks or non-blacks and browns while we profit off of the music they make, profit off of the labor that they create after they go out and commit a crime from the fucking music they were listening to, and we gain control from the fear that non-blacks feel when they hear all of this angry fuck the police music and hear all these and see all these reports about young black and brown teenagers doing some fuck the police type shit. The only
I
people that
can
wins
totally
is
believe
the
that.
American government.
I can believe that. I can definitely believe that.
This interview doesn't get a lot of spins on YouTube. It's hard to find. It's pretty much been wiped from the internet, just like that non-binary school shooter that happened at the top of the year. Y'all remember we started the year with a school shooting? Another one of them things? Their whole social media account got scrubbed. We haven't said anything about that news article since January. So like 4 kids got shot. I think one of them died. We ain't said shit about it since January. Because Kendrick Lamar and Drake want to beef again. If y'all don't get the fuck out of here.
Shit. Let me play this Orlando Brown slight clip right quick. Let me put it up here. See what he had to say.
I know he's had therapy many times, and I know each therapist, each one, has been
sold their souls to Diddy. And then they're mad now because the hazing process was a little bit rougher than they thought. You can't be a king. Why do you think I love Diddy so much? You're not gonna dethrone this man because he know how to get you there. By way of hazing you, I call it haze. And we're gonna still do this. We're gonna still do this. It's not gonna stop.
He's sad.
Take that.
Oh,
It's still gonna happen. The got 3 million, and we're still waking up in the morning drinking cognac, screaming, "Bad boy, bad boy."
Yeah.
And it won't stop. And it can't stop. And it's not gonna stop. You thought just because you got 3 million, you changed it? Take care of what you need to take care of. You glad that you got away with 3 million. Be happy. No, don't you stop me. Be happy you got away with 3 million. I don't give a what you told the cameras. You wanted to be Illuminati.
Diddy wants to party, but you gotta tell him no.
Oh yeah, well you do gotta tell him no. You gotta tell him no.
I love him.
You gotta tell him no. You gotta tell Diddy no. Everybody knows you gotta tell him no, because if you don't tell him no,
Don't tell him no, then he gonna take advantage of your ass, and you're gonna be messed up for the rest of your life. He gonna blackmail you.
That man Orlando Brown. One, again, I don't think he's told too many lies. I truly hope he gets the. Ain't no help out there for him, because the fact that he said that's why he loved Diddy so much, was he hazed by Diddy too? Was he?
He hazed by somebody. I mean, again, we just mentioned he was on Disney, so we don't know what
I feel
happened.
bad because I really do feel like they passed him around, and it was just not.
I feel like he was on a Nickelodeon show too. Maybe if as a guest star, maybe he didn't star on it, but he was a guest star or something. But yeah, he's been on a lot of shows.
I don't know. Yeah, he been on a lot of. Was he on Smart Guy? Was he on some episodes of Smart Guy?
I can't remember because I didn't watch that show like that.
Smart Guy was my shit. Shout out to Taj Mori. Hope he doing
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Shout out to Jason Weaver. Shout out to Essence Atkins. Shout out the whole the shout out to Omar Gooding. Damn, great cast.
Oh, yeah, he was on
John
Nickelodeon,
Marshall.
too. Omar Gooden was on Nickelodeon too at one point.
He was on Nickelodeon. Omar Gooding.
Wild and Crazy Kids.
Oh yeah, you're right. He was on there. I'm glad he got up out of there.
He was a little
glad he
older
got him-
though. He was like, teenager then though. He wasn't like a little kid.
Oh
so
yeah, he might have been too, especially for us as black men. Like watching that on Quiet on Set, that let me know it's like they are not attracted to. They didn't want no black kids. They
Yo,
like so
that
thankfully
I
Giovanni
thought
and
I thought that was a blessing in disguise.
it was
I
very
don't know
blessed.
the black kid that was up there. I saw it. I don't because I didn't watch all that like that. But the black kid that was talking about how they didn't really pay him any attention. I'm like, you should be happy they didn't pay you any attention. Good. I'm glad they didn't pay you any attention. You were saved.
But see, in the child mindset, not only in the child's mindset, but also in the mindset of an employee, my superior is not giving me the same kind of attention that they're giving to one of my employees slash castmates.
Rape,
Therefore, I must be doing.
sexual
But see, you,
assault,
but see that you don't know it is rape,
keep it.
and you don't know it is sexual assault back then. Like when they're kids, they're thinking,
You
"Oh,
know, he'll
Amanda
know.
is back there with Dan because Amanda's the star."
Yeah, but he knows now. That's why you got that phrase, hindsight is 2020. You know now. You know what happened to Drake Bell and Amanda Bynes and all these other people. Be happy at this point. It's like
It
so,
might not
I
have
used to
happened
say
to
this all the time
Nickelodeon, but
about black kids used to talk about Michael Jackson only favored the white kids. I'm like, be happy if he did it. That is, if he did it, be happy he didn't favor you because it could have been something much worse that happened to you.
but see, and if it did though, here's the thing: if it did, they'd be able to be victims, and currently, that's the best thing to be because just like with Drake Bell, he was previously a victimizer. Now he is the victim, and everybody wants to lend their support because, oh my God, we didn't know this happened to you. Oh my God. Even though studies have shown us that, typically anyone that ends up doing that, it's probably because they were a victim of that when they were a child. But we didn't think about that when we were putting Drake or Drake Bell on trial for his sexual misconduct with the minor. Everyone was just saying good riddance, perv, weirdo, how could you? Da, 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 da. Now that you have a deeper understanding of what this man been through, which we should already, just like with Diddy fucking over people and fucking people in the industry, we should know that the entertainment industry is no place for a child. Why are we still acting so? I just don't get why we're still acting surprised about it. Why we're
Right.
still acting like, oh
After
my
all
God,
these years. Yeah.
I can't believe that fucking channel that their logo is literally a cum stain. Their logo, the Nickelodeon logo is literally an orange cum stain.
About that, it may be true. I don't
It
know.
is. Splat.
I mean, I can't look at the slime anymore the same as after I
You
watched that
can't.
documentary.
You can't. Like literally the whole award show, just slime all on them. Slime time live. Put some slime on these kids. Yeah, slime these kids the fuck up. Get them nice and slimy.
Yeah. Did you see that one clip with did you watch the whole documentary?
I mean, it's a, and this is why the other reason I don't fuck with it because they made it into a docu series.
Yeah.
You're trying to monetize this and you're trying to generate weekly viewership off of trauma. So I might not watch it no more. I stopped on like episode 4 because they're not telling me shit I don't
That
know.
should be the
And
last
like
one.
I said, I really don't like the fact that or not the cast, like the actors, the kids that grew up and are now talking. That's cool. I don't like the fact that the writing staff and some of the producers and directors are here because you motherfuckers are just as guilty as Dan Snyder is.
Mhm.
Like you wrote the sketch that got this little girl cummed on, and you did it because your boss was mean to you. Just like you took the money instead of keeping your integrity.
I can go with that too. Nobody really talks about that part, but they'll call
We
that.
we blame the parents when it comes to R. Kelly. We blame the
Yeah,
parents for not
that
taking better
that
care of
see,
their kids.
that's what I was saying earlier. It's like I don't hear people saying R. Kelly is innocent. They'll they won't give him accountability for what he did. Well, they shouldn't have passed him on to R. Kelly. What do you expect him to do? You're gonna pass a little child
And
over.
as you see in the documentary, Drake and Drake's dad were pretty much blaming a lot of this on Drake's mom.
Mhm.
They always look for a scapegoat because I don't give a fuck. Like
Oh, he was pissed at her. He did.
because how are we mad at this? Mad at what these kids were made to do, but we're not like the same way we tried to cancel Tiffany, or we did because she ain't been right since. We
Tiffany
canceled
Haddish.
Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears over the pedophile sketch that they
Mhm.
participated in. They only participated in it as actors, people playing a role that they were paid to play. How come we are not going after the director of that sketch? How come we're not going after the writer of said sketch? This wasn't a sketch that Tiffany and Aries wrote up themselves. They were doing it for funnyordie.com. But funnyordie.com is still
Yeah.
going strong on YouTube.
Yeah, it's true. They the one who put it out. They the one who produced it, but they're not the ones who got in trouble for it.
Nobody
They,
that produced,
they're the
no,
people
the
behind the curtain.
distributor never gets in trouble. But see, and here's the thing: white people go to the distributor. Back in the '90s, when they wanted to boycott gangster rap, they would go to Sony, they would go to Warner Brothers, they would go to the distributor, they would go to Interscope, they would go to the distributors of these albums and say that Doggy Style record is horse shit, and we don't support it. That's strictly for my. I'm not gonna say it. That's strictly for my NIGG. You know the rest album is not suitable for children, and we're gonna boycott it. We're gonna buy like 1,000 copies of it, and then we're gonna run over it with a bulldozer. Which you literally just made them richer. The distributor, not the fucking rapper, but you
All
just
right.
made the distributor motherfucking rich, and you just gave the media something to run as content on the news to continue to keep people distracted with what their kids are listening to versus, I don't know, the fact that your politicians have been funneling money to Israel since 1985. Yeah, I saw your name on the list, Biden. Oh, bitch ass. Hey, Joe Biden a bitch, his son a pedophile. I'll beat both their ass.
Mm.
Israeli government and American government. Fuck you.
In this situation, okay, the situation we were just talking about, R. Kelly and the parents. Let's just say parents get the blame for that, and I do give some blame to the parents, even though uh, they are not the one who violated the kids. But how much blame do you give to the parents? You know, percentage wise, what would you give
Oh, for these
percentage
kids
wise
in
to
this
the parents?
Nickelodeon doc?
No, just, well, no, I was saying R. Kelly, but
Oh, for R.
okay,
Kelly,
we can say the Nickelodeon doc.
I would
How
say
much?
honestly, for both, the equal amount, which it's all your fault
50-50?
that this happened to your children
You
because
get
you were so
50-50?
willing to exploit your child so that you would have an easier life. Because this is what this is why I do feel bad for the child stars. Because one, this is happening to you at a very impressionable time in your life, and you're effectively being told to be a child, stay quiet, stay in a child's place, quiet on the set, but you're in a position of responsibility because a lot of these child stars end up becoming the breadwinners for their family. You know what I'm saying? Their moms don't have jobs or their dads don't have jobs or their parents are fucking off their money. Like some of these child stars, I think Drew Barrymore's parents or Amanda Bynes' parents were fucking off her money or something. It's a common story for a lot of them. Their parents be
Mhm.
fucking off their money, and it's all because their parents are using them to supplement their income. Probably emotionally manipulate. Like even the little black boy, he said that even though he wasn't touched or what I'm saying given any of that bad kind of attention by the cast,
Yeah,
there was a little moment where he was like, okay, mom, they said they wanted me to stay for an extra few hours. It's
and she
been
let it
like
happen.
10 hours already, can we go? He said he looked at his mom and she was like, they said they
Okay.
need you for a few more hours. So I
Yeah.
blame the parents just as
Because
much because
they
our
were trying to get out of the ghetto. They were trying to get
yeah,
out where the poor situation they were in, and also to kind of piggyback on what you're saying, they put a lot of pressure on him to be the financial means to get out of that. That's a lot of pressure for a kid. You know, they probably didn't want to stop working because he knows if he stops working, then he's failing a lot of people in his family, not just his mom.
it's shit. How many kids actually get to say that? And for a lot of these kids, just like they say on the show, this is their first job. This is their first
Mm.
job ever. So you get the gratification of feeling like a big kid. All right, I got a job, and you're getting to do something that, again, you've only been alive for like fucking 10, 11, 12 years. This has been your lifelong dream up till this point. You're getting to do something, excuse me, that you always wanted to do, that you're made to feel like you're so lucky to have this opportunity. Don't blow it. But I mean, if you don't blow this opportunity, but how about you blow me? You know what I'm saying? You get put into these positions to where you are a child, you're super impressionable, you don't know what's going on, and your parents just trust these random motherfuckers so damn much
Mm.
that, like, the fact that, like, I really paid attention to it. Drake's mom and dad, or Drake and his dad really played it off on their mom. Because as soon as Drake said it's like after the pedophile was able to convince you to fire your dad as your manager, you and your dad started beefing, so you went to go live with your mom. And then the manager started convincing your mom and the dad was like, "Okay, cool. You don't want me to be your manager, it's fine." But he said to his wife, "Do not let our son hang out with hang out with I forget his name. What's the dude? Brian Petty? Brian Peck.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what's
Do
called.
not let Pickle Boy.
Yeah, that was
That's
sick
what he
too.
was. Pickle Boy. Again, nigga, your character is pick. Okay. So
Not even just that. They had adults going on that. Well, that's why I was about to mention to you earlier.
you
Ray
put a pickle
Romano
through a hole.
was in tune to that
Yeah.
joke.
I was just about to say that, like, you put a pickle through a hole and let him put it in his mouth. That's a glory hole. Boy, don't bruh. Come on. I keep a VPN for weird videos. Come on now. That's the oh man. But yeah, Drake's dad was like, whatever you do not leave Drake alone with that man. Long story short, Drake mama was so damn lazy and was like, fuck it, I'm gonna leave my child alone with that man because I don't feel like having him. And that's how Drake ended up getting sodomized in the middle of the night or woke up getting sodomized. I think he
A
had a
lot.
dick in his mouth or a mouth in his dick. I don't know. I
He
don't know.
said, "Imagine the worst things that you could possibly do to a child," and that's what happened.
Well,
So
see, this is around Drake and Josh time. So he was around like 13, 14. No, they say he was 14 going on 15. So I never thought that it'd be so. He got either that man Brian Peck put fingers in his booty because it says sodomized. It didn't say penetrated. So yeah, he might have put fingers in his. I think it put. I think he fuck. I think he put fingers in his butt or he put his dick in his butt while Drake was asleep. It depends. If Drake was asleep on his stomach, then he got sodomized in the booty. Or unless he was asleep with his mouth open a little bit, like how you be like REM sleep, you be and Brian Peck slid his little yaminer up in Drake's bell. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the exact because they don't have to go into explicit details. As long as they say something that makes you feel bad for them. Think about the worst things that could happen. And that's what happened to me. And that just literally lets the internet's mind run wild. Oh my God, what did I do? I feel so bad for Drake. I totally support him now, even though 2 years ago I was such a big hater of him because of what he did to someone that was that same age. That, you know, like I hate Chris Rock at this moment in time, but selective
where
outrage
did he
is
come
really
from?
a fire ass type. I don't hate him. I don't hate him. I do hate him a little bit because he's just not that funny. I hate him because he let them white men say the N-word. So I hate Chris Rock. But selective outrage is truly a fire quote to encapsulate this current generation. And this generation, I feel like, is going to go on for like the next 4 or 5 years. Yeah, until we get into the 2030s, this is the selective outrage generation.
Or until they just get rid of social media, starting with TikTok. This might be
You
around the
think
corner.
that would help society. But here's who doesn't give a fuck about that. The wealthy 1% who live outside of regular society. They make money off of what the fuck we do below. They make money off of what the fuck we do, what the fuck we say, and what the fuck we talk about on social media. Literally, if you just wanted to hop on social media and talk shit about Snickers, the Mars company still makes money off of that because for the algorithm, it just generates as people are talking about Snickers. It's a machine, good or bad, as long as you're talking about it, that looks good for us. Even if we release a flavor called doo-doo, nobody has to buy it. If it is trending, if it goes viral, and because here's the thing, somebody will buy it. They'll pay
That's,
somebody to buy it. They'll pay
yeah,
somebody to buy
that
it, and
sounds
then
like
they'll record a video of them buying it, just like Fat Joe buying them goddamn Donald Trump sneakers.
doo-doo flavor. That sounds like the sexy red lip balm flavors.
My point
It,
exactly. They also want to sell us sexual proclip. They want to sell us sexual promiscuity because the medical industry and big pharmaceuticals said we're not happy being multi-trillionaires. We need y'all buying penicillin. We need y'all coming to the free clinic. We need y'all paying. Oh, can't play for abortions no more. So I guess y'all just gonna have kids that y'all can't take care of because y'all out here smelling your lips out here smelling like booty hole, and somebody is into it. Because honestly, who are you trying to attract with the lip with the smell? Is it the smell or the taste of booty hole on your lips? Because why would you want either?
I'm about to say, I don't think it should matter for either one. It's both horrible.
Yeah, they literally abuse the senses in both ways, shape, form. Like I don't like it.
All right, let's move to the next subject right quick. It's just still relatable, not to you or me, but to
What is?
Diddy, R. Kelly, Hollywood, whoever you want to include on it. But it may prove to be a reasonable question. The man is asking, pretty much remember that old R. Kelly interview? I forgot what the dude name is. Toure, something like that. Toure, okay, where
My boy, he a journalist for real. He been out here journalizing for like for as long as I've been alive. His hair crazy.
R. Kelly's response to a question about
I know exactly what you're talking about. Fucking
girls.
And when you say 19,
young, yeah. How young is 19 or something like that?
19. I mean, because the nigga said, "Do you like underage girls?" Now, when you say underaged, that's what he said. Now, when you say underaged, because and I was like, Robert, you're 36 at this point in time, nigga. Like 25 at this point is underage. Actually, I'll give you 25. Anything under 21, if you're in your mid to late 30s, 21 and under should be considered underage. If literally you outnumber this woman by a whole 18 years, by a whole adult lifespan, she's too young for you.
He's over there like, dang, really?
Well, I ain't know that, because you know what I'm saying. If I'm 50 and she 30, that's not that bad. But when did you meet her, Robert?
10.
When did you meet her, Robert? Because you know what? Like, that's why I don't fuck with Drake no more, because you know we not paying attention to it right now, but there have been so many like young little white actresses that come out and say, "Oh yeah, and when I first got cast on Stranger Things, I got a DM from Drake congratulating me." Millie Bobby Brown or some shit, and
Yeah. For 11 from Stranger Things.
Billie Eilish, maybe. I think probably I might be reaching on that one, but did he try to fuck on Billie Eilish or some shit?
Possibly, but I think she's
I can see him trying to. He definitely tried to fuck on Amanda Bynes, which is like, you trying to finish the job Dan Snyder started.
All right, let me play this video right quick. This we got 4 parts to it. This man's giving an explanation about how, I guess, 14, 50-year-olds dress, and how that can be confusing for guys. Let's see what he says in his explanation.
I would love to see it. Let me see this.
Hey, yo, don't nobody know your daughter is 14, 15 years old, man. They don't. Especially when they see them wearing these tight-ass shorts with their ass cheeks hanging out the goddamn shorts. Men see physical, we see it. We don't know she 15, 14, man. Sis, you don't see your daughter out there look like she having an ass-out contest with you? You ain't gonna say nothing? Or you just gonna victimize the people that look at her? Ain't you the one that bought them motherfucking clothes? Huh? Ain't you the one that... Man, check that shit. It's warm as hell, man. You got these little girls walking down the street. I'm riding down the block, seeing all the kids for the prom. Somebody got all the little girls, prom dresses, got their ass and their titties out. That's normal to you? You don't feel weird about that shit? You got grown men riding by, grown men with gray beards, looking at your little 12, 13, 14-year-old daughter. They ain't looking at her, they looking at her ass.
A couple more.
Let's get your shit together.
Oh, he went on.
Bruh, pull up. Man, I understand you ain't with her no more. Pull up. You know your daughter getting older. She getting better. She's trying to develop now. Pull up. Encourage the mother to buy your daughter some training bras and shit. Some respectful ass shorts, man. To get to the knees. You heard me? Word up. Come on, man. Let's be accountable to each other, man. Hey, yo. Don't nobody know your daughter is 14, 15 years old.
That's the same one. Hold on.
He has some heat to get off his chest. I feel him.
Yes.
I can see he got prison voice.
That don't bother you? Man, you need to get shit together, man. Summertime. And I guess, if you catch somebody looking at your kid, you catch somebody looking at your motherfucking kid, you gonna bust their ass, right? You gonna get the strap, grab the ratchet and bust their ass, right? because they said something disrespectful to your 15-year-old with them big ass titties, big ass hanging out, them little ass shorts, little ass clothes that you bought. You bought them shits. Look like you went and bought them shits from a store called Build a Little Hoe. So somebody check them, right? So now the rest of the summer gonna consist of shootouts and dead bodies because you ain't be a better steward, be a good parent, and teach your child the importance of protecting their private stuff. Your child in competition with you. That's cute to you? Oh, you trying to let people see she get it from her mother? Huh? Sis, get your
All right. Based on that, what do you agree with what that man had to say, man, about how we're addressing these 15, 14-year-old girls? Do you agree with what he had to say or disagree?
I mean, as we're sitting here talking about Nickelodeon producers and R. Kelly wanting to fuck on young ass women and young kids, yeah, like it's again, we should never have a problem with someone saying, "Hey, do a better job protecting your children." And the
Mhm.
only reason you would have a problem with that if you would literally have to acknowledge that you have put your children in positions where you are made them unsafe. And what a lot of us don't understand is you make your child unsafe when you take pictures of them and post them on the internet. You make your child unsafe when you allow them to leave the house in clothes that are too revealing. Honestly, as a young black, like we have the same thing for young black men. You don't want to leave the house in a hoodie, young black son, because you could get like it's a lot more, you know what I'm saying? It's dangerous for both of our kids walking out here on these streets dressed a certain way. And because black women are the most or account for the highest number of sex traffic victims, yeah, maybe you should stop trying to dress your child like a woman when she is only a young lady. Let's go back to young ladies and stop trying to show off their young woman bits. Like I get it. You want to y'all like for some reason people feel like they feel like showing off their body is empowerment, and it can be, but not when you don't have the means to protect it adequately. So you're showing off it's literally like it's like being a gazelle walking through a jungle full of lions. You can be the thickest, most baddest, most beautiful gazelle. That only accentuates or that only makes you look more delicious to these lions. And guess what? They're not about to come up and be pleasant about how they pounce on you. Not all the time. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes down to our kids, we still have control over what they wear, at least, because we are the ones buying it for them. And honestly, you wouldn't have to worry about your child wanting to dress in these ways if you had a better foundation of the standards and values that they should want to present themselves with, and they get that from you. They'll notice that from you. So I do agree with him saying it's like it's like you're in competition with your child, or or your child is in competition with you because we either dress our child up like the person that doesn't want us anymore, or we dress our child up like the person that we wish we were when we were a child. Like I literally saw a video on Twitter of a woman showing off her she it was her son playing with a toy gun, and he was wearing a Gucci hoodie pulled up above his head with some Balmain jeans hanging off his little 2-year-old behind, and her room is just covered in Louis Vuitton, Gucci fucking bags from the store. The floor is covered in these bags. It's like at least you could clean up your room, but you want to show me the fact that you be shopping at Louis Vuitton, that you be shopping at Gucci, and that your son is Gucci and Louis and Balmain down, and playing with a little toy gun. And you don't think that's a negative image, a dangerous image to put out there of your young child. Because whereas he may not get kidnapped, like what you want to show off that your son is a little thug, okay, that's just going to make him look like a threat to white America, and that's going to take him away from you either via prison or by death. So we have to think about the same thing with our daughters. We know that our young black daughters develop a lot quicker than little Susie and little Kim Chi. We have to be more careful about the way we allow them to present themselves to the world. We're so mindful of, oh, we need to straighten our hair, we need to lay it down and make it flat, but we still want to walk out with little tube tops that cover just a little bit of the titty. And when your daughter is just getting titties, you should probably be wanting to teach her the emphasis of keeping those private versus how to prop them up so that you get all the little boys' attention. Like we really try to teach our kids to be better versions of ourselves, but sometimes we do it in terrible ways. We only want to teach them to be better fuck niggas, to be better bad bitches. We never want to teach them to be better people.
I agree with everything you have to say on that. This is this has gone even further when they become adults. Women become adults, they think it's controlling. Empowerment does not have to mean have to showing off your body. Empowerment can also mean protection too. You know, a lion out in the open, hunting with the what's another? Let's say wildebeest, lion hunting by himself. He can go out there and do it by himself, and he be empowered all he wants to. But he's more empowered when he does it with pride. Um, to take it back to the dressing thing, the world is not perfect. There are creep guys out there. And on another point that to touch on what the guy was saying, it's not easy to tell if a girl is 15 or 16.
Nope.
The difference between 15, 16, and 19 and 20. Now, should he be dating that young and he's 40 and 50 years old? Probably not. But it's legal to still date somebody in their 20s. There's some girls at that age that can pass easily for 20-something years old. So why not put some reasonable clothes on in any capacity? I would say I'm not even talking about just kids. Showing yourself out there, period. There's no empowerment behind that. I don't understand how is that empowering to show off your naked body or half naked body? How does that empower you in the first place?
It literally being naked is the ultimate equivalent to being vulnerable. Like think about the moments when you're naked, like in the shower, on the toilet, taking a deuce, or
I don't feel
or in an intimate, a literal moment of intimacy with someone else. That is when you are at your most vulnerable. If someone were to kick in the door when you were in the shower, you would, you know what I'm saying? If someone were to kick in the door when you were on the toilet, I said that because I'm a naked pooper. You know what I'm saying? I don't like pooping with clothes
Thank
on.
you.
That's why I knew I couldn't work in any place else. I had to work at home because I don't like shitting in the company bathroom because it's never clean. It's never clean. Only the executive bathroom is clean, and we don't get to use that one because that's for the boss. Fuck that shit, God. Um, yeah, in a moment of sex, if someone burst into the room, like that's literally how a lot of crime is conducted. The gangsters, they enlist the help of a woman. They use the woman to solicit. Cardi B used to do this. Solicit motherfuckers to a hotel or a nice little rendezvous location. Get these niggas to get naked, and then the motherfuckers. All right, since you already naked, run the rest of Liz, pick that shit up. Yeah, nigga, we got you now. Dick all out, and I got a gun. Cardi B did that, and she's been allowed to become a millionaire.
I don't think they had to do that because they was whatever drug they had them on, they couldn't even move. So they just
Yeah,
all
she
they had to do
was
was
just
reach into the
struggling.
pockets.
Not only that, not only was she robbing and stealing from you, she was also she and Bill again. These same allegations came out about Cardi B, and no one is putting Cardi B in jail. She got a fucking McDeal. She got a fucking deal with
You
McDonald's
close enough.
after these allegations came out.
Yeah.
How y'all know y'all wasn't getting drugged in them fucking Cardi B offset burgers?
Well, McDonald's is a drug, period. So I mean, if
It
they
is.
added
So how
anything
would you
to
even
the
know?
McDonald's burger, that was just cherry on the top of the proverbial McDonald's McFlurry that they never have.
and she's still like, and guess it, like literally her whole thing just generates money the whole way I've been saying. The fact that she made a song about wet ass pussy feeds the thirstiness and the over sexualization of our community, because that becomes the most trending song on, or the song that we're talking about the most. The video drops, we're talking about it the most. We're blowing up YouTube which YouTube is an extension of Google. So Google is blowing the fuck up. It gives the politicians something to talk about. Look at the rap music. It's tearing our nation apart. It's always been tearing our nation apart, even though we're a nation built on slavery and all of that good shit. So the politicians get content, they get things to talk about in the media so that they could pop, so that they're relevant too. We're talking about the trending topics too, but we're talking about the trending topics in a way that the average American voter would want to hear these trending topics spoken about, because that's who the fuck we care about, people with money and people who vote. Even if you don't have money, go vote. Um, and then it just, and also there was another story about y'all remember when she got paid to perform privately for a group of bank investors on a private yacht?
Yeah.
She only got, and they told us how much she got paid for that, which is always fucked up to tell someone. Like, imagine if every time y'all checks at work came out, they posted it on like a billboard outside. You know what I'm saying? All right, who got the, oh shit? See, I told you not. I told you was showing up late. That's why you number 4. Yeah, I'm number 2. I'm about to be offered more hours so that I can possibly become number 1 of this level.
Yeah, in the end, it's all about protection. It's too many times when these subject matters come up and we're talking about what a woman wears, it's looked
And
at
guess
as
what?
controlling.
Offset couldn't even protect her because they're both in contracts. So, like, you would think, if you marry a woman, even though her job was a stripper, her job was this kind of like, you would think that they keep their private life or their personal life separate from that. But a group of bankers, not rappers, not athletes, a group of wealthy Hebrew bankers was able to buy another man's wife for a few hours for their private party. And because of the contracts that he's in, because of the people that they're cool with, that are cooler, or the people that they are cooler with, that Offset probably works for, get his check signed by, he just had to sit at the fucking house and watch culture.
That's what he got paid to be, a
That's where
wife
he got
husband.
paid to be.
Yeah,
Why do
well,
you
they're
think
not
Stedman
together
been fired
now,
all
though.
these years?
Yeah, they're not together now, allegedly. Now I think she's moved on to somebody else, or she's using a ploy to get him back by making him jealous, which I think that's what it is.
Or
But
just
that's
shooting
what,
away
you know what, they're
the
not
car?
divorced yet, so I'm not even sure how that works. How she got going on dates with another guy and they're not even divorced yet? Like, do they not in New York like they have in North Carolina where you can sue somebody for cheating on the spouse? It's like a
If they
breach of
did, so many
contract.
people would be behind bar. Well, you know what? So many people are behind bars in New York and right now. So I don't know. And did they get married in New York or Atlanta?
I don't know.
Yeah, see, I would have to know the intricate workings of it, and they'll never let us know. They'll let us know what they want us to know. I'm leaving Offset because, I mean, I'll talk about it on the album, you know what I'm saying? But, I'll give y'all a little taste of it right now. You know what I'm saying? Offset will show up on Hot 97 or The Breakfast Club and talk about what's going on, new stuff in the works, little Cardi B mentioned in the thumbnail. But I blocked The Breakfast Club. Some motherfuckers start getting on my nerves. I punch Charlemagne the guy and I slap DJ Envy. I don't respect him enough to punch him.
Yeah, what they do to you, man?
They just annoying as fuck. They a part of the problem. Like, you remember when they was going after what's my boy name? Uh the damn the basketball player that everybody was shitting on.
Ben Simmons?
He's from South Carolina. Goddamn. And Michael Jordan, like, they was talking about him in the Last Dance documentary. Like, Michael Jordan used to always bully this motherfucker, and they felt like he felt like he was like always bullied in the league because
Kwame
Michael
Brown.
Jordan bullied him. Like,
Kwame
damn,
Brown. Kwame Brown.
Hmm?
Kwame Brown.
Kwame Brown? Yes. Yeah, like Charlemagne the guy and DJ Envy, like, one, they gave him Donkey of the Day for some shit. Like, and I'm taking it personal for him because, yeah, it's like, you giving this man, or no, they didn't give him Donkey of the Day. Charlemagne just exposed some deep personal information about that man's family history in an effort, according to Charlemagne the God, in an effort to say, hey, don't mess with Kwame Brown because his father did this and his brother did this and the way Kwame broke it down, it's like, listen here, you punk bitch. Like, don't it's like, yes, those things happen with my family. That happened, but I know why you're saying those things about me on such a public platform to so many people in the morning, no less, on iHeartRadio, no less, because you're trying to paint me as a threatening black man that comes from a long lineage of threatening black men. So when I talk about the black men that are protected, Matt Barnes, of the dude from the little podcast they do, when I talk about how Michael Jordan was definitely a gambling motherfucker who did cocaine with the Bulls back in 87, he did it. Sitting there talking about it was the cocaine traveling circus, but he wasn't on the. Yes, you did, because you was dropping hella points. You was out there hooping like there's literally no one else to hoop like. You were out there hooping like yourself. You was out there hooping like Jordan. But what he broke it down so eloquently, or not even so eloquent, because he was country as fuck about it. He is South Carolina motherfucker. He was like, yeah, you're trying to paint me in a negative light for millions of people, and that discredits me. People will literally just start looking at me as a violent threat, and anything that I say about you all will be taken as I'm just either mad because I got bullied, or I am a unstable black man that comes from a long line of mental instability. And for someone to want to be a proponent, Charlemagne the God, want to be a proponent of mental health, that's kind of disingenuous. You know what I'm saying? And again, he did it in a real. I could only catch it because you know what I'm saying. I spend time in the shade as well. Um, but it was fucked up. It was him being a part of the go along get along gang. They do a lot of shit on that show that, again, no disrespect to any community of alphabets. But yeah, they do a lot of shit on there that's just y'all a little too old to be playing the gay back and forth game like it's funny still. Like it's not that it's not funny because it's gay. It's not funny because y'all both supposedly married with kids and families, and y'all sitting on here on the radio waves playing pussyfoot underneath the desk. Just swapping. Do they still got Just Hilarious as the host? Is she just
Yeah, she's still up there.
just
She's
there?
supposed to
Okay.
be the permanent host now.
Shout out to that sister. I hope she does well in life.
All right. Let's
No
see.
smoke for her. I enjoy her.
What is this girl's name? You ever heard this girl named Dre Michelle?
Drea Michelle.
Video model, I guess. That's where she got her stardom from. I think she was on not Desperate Housewives, Basketball Wives. She was on there for a few seasons.
How could I forget the astronomical talents and achievements of one Audrey Michelle? You said Audrey Michelle?
Drea Michelle. I mean, that's a
Oh,
real name. I don't know.
Dreon Michelle. How could I forget so what sport did she's you said Basketball Wives. For some reason, when I hear basketball, I think of the players, I think of the people that actually do it. But we only have a TV show, or we not to say we only have a TV show because a basketball game is broadcasted. But yeah, we were the show for the wives. Shout out to Shawnee. She's still hanging on to that O'Neal, ain't she?
I think so. Even
That's
though she
what I know
got
about.
remarried, she might have changed that one. I'm not sure.
Now, knowing everything that she knows, who did she get? Do you know? Does anyone know who she got remarried to? Oh, a pastor.
No, I don't know him by her. I think he's a
Pastor.
pastor or a preacher or something like that, but I'm not
Okay,
sure.
all right. That's a little. You know what? And I get the logic because when you're used to a lifestyle, NBA player is hard to top. But you know who gets money? More money than anybody on the motherfucking planet? Jesus Christ.
What you mean?
Oh, Shawnee is married to a pastor, and I'm pretty sure he's not a pastor of a meager ass little church. I'm pretty sure one of the
Oh,
mega Joel Olstein rat face boy
oh yeah,
churches and shit.
I got you. I got you.
Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying. She definitely. Well, I'm sorry. We were on we were
Dre,
on Dion Michaels.
Drea Michelle. She's
Okay,
been in the
word.
news lately because she just recently had she's pregnant with a basketball player, Jalen Green of the Houston Rockets.
Shock.
She's 39, she's 22.
Oh my god, damn.
Right,
Why?
right. And there's
Kevin Hart. Damn.
Yeah, and you know, she's got a little pushback, and with people saying, well, why would you date somebody so young? Were you scouting him out before he, you know, got to the league to, you know, to make sure you could get him and get, you know, get the NBA payments by getting a child by him? And then there's a rumor, I'm not sure how true it is, that she used to babysit this guy at one point. I'm not sure how true that is because I've seen some random
I
people say
even
that,
fucked
but
a girl that used to
yeah.
babysit, but that was years later on some crazy shit. Oh wow.
Hold on, let me add.
Oedipedal. It's Oedipus. It's Oedipus.
Let me add team right quick up
Oh
here.
shit. What up?
What's up, Tim?
Peace, God.
What's up, man? Can you hear us?
What up? What up? I'm about to mute this computer.
What's up, man?
What up, brother?
You was taking a class?
Oh, you got us.
You was taking a class back
What's
there
up? What's up with y'all, man?
studying?
We doing good, man. Now that was us in the background. He had us on the YouTube, I think, on the computer in the background.
So you were taking a master class.
You can go with that.
Oscar therapy, third 27.
Yeah, we were getting ready to talk about. I don't know if you ever heard. Have you heard of Dre and Michelle? Tim used to be on Basketball Wives.
I thought you were talking about old buddy that played for the Houston Rockets.
Well, she's dating a guy from the Houston Rockets, Jalen
Oh,
Green.
15 of those. So you got
yeah, she the one that got a baby from.
It's on the way. I don't think she had it yet, but she pregnant though. She like probably. She looked like she a good 7 months at least. She ready to pop. She's
Remember
39.
when
He's
Mariah
22.
Mills was pregnant with somebody fucking with Zion, baby?
Yeah, allegedly, but she's not.
Oh
pregnant.
yeah.
But people were kind of pushing back on her, saying, you know, the age difference between them, you know, because they always shooting back at guys, saying, you know, how could you date somebody so young with such a vast age difference? And you know, the talk of, you know, why would you date somebody like that? Were you scouting them before they got to the NBA? You know, before they turned 22, because of course they were dating before he turned 22. He was either 21, something like that. But was she looking at before that age difference? But it's not even just that. It's what she said in the video, which is why I think is a huge breakdown of family. On this video I'm about to pop in, the age difference is one thing. They can work through that. You know, it's disgusting as you might want to call it, but it's not even that I have the big complaint about. It's what she has to say in this video.
Oh yeah, I want more kids.
Like how many?
Like one, I think.
So like the person
I
you're
don't know.
dating, you see like a future with them?
I think the question you were asking me is if I wanted more kids, and I feel like I want more kids, and I feel like at this point in my life, right?
Yeah.
The relationship is amazing to have, right? But that's not what I'm basing having a kid on, because I'm very non-traditional. I feel like you can co-parent without being in a relationship. Maybe just two people say, "Hey, you want a kid? I want a kid. Let's just have a kid, and like let's just
really
see."
So you would
I'm very like free spirit. I'm very open and just.
I hate when people say
like they shopping for
stupid shit.
accessories for clothes or cars. You get a Mercedes, I get a BMW. It's just a human life. That's it.
Yeah, let me get some of your seed. I don't want to date you. I don't want to be with you seriously. But I want to accept a piece of your DNA, cultivate it within me, raise it as my own. And you say co-parent, but you're only going to do this with a person that is damn over 15 years your junior, that you feel as though will be making millions. Now, what if this motherfucker get into the league and break his knee like Quincy in Love and Basketball?
Mhm.
What if he have a terrible season? He keep getting traded and shit. Like you, or at the very least, this is gonna get you on Basketball Wives or keep you on Basketball Wives. Because let's be real, you don't have to be married to be on the show.
Yeah, it's true. That is very true. I think some of them don't have to be basketball wives. I think there was a football player up there one time, I think.
That's not what free spirited means. I hate that she tried to get off with that, and her neck is really long. I know she got made fun of for in like middle school and high school for that. And you said she 39,
39. He's
and
22.
Jalen is how old?
22.
Like, it's so weird to say I want a child from you, but I don't see you being in my life. I want a piece of you that I can have forever, but I don't want to be with you at all. But I want you to financially support it.
Or at least
I
not
want you
even
to be
fight
the one to
for it.
find. I
You
want
know?
you to take on that most important because all of these responses, yeah, you having the child is important, but let's be honest. The only reason you're picking me is not because I'm young, not because you obviously don't want to be with me. You don't want to get this young dick for the next 20 years of your life. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that. You just want the baby because you want child support, which will not go to my child, which is fucked up. And that's why you're doing it with a young man because only a young motherfucker will not give a fuck about their child. They'll just feel like, well, shit, I got the money right now. I can pay for it. Have a baby by me, baby, be a millionaire. I write the check before the baby comes. Who the hell? It's literally the music has literally been programming us for it.
Yeah, it's sad too, man. Cause it's like I know him because he what 22.
22. Yeah.
She says
He's
she
looking like
22.
it's like a trophy for him. Like yo, you see the girl I got who I knocked up, but we all remember being 22 years old, and we know where we at now, and we know how much we mature from being 22 to now, and it's like LT said, like she took advantage of a young dude that like I ain't saying he ain't really never experienced anything in life, but like he's a young dude, and was she in her 40s?
She's 39.
30. Well,
They were 38 when I guess they conceived. She was
mm,
30 when they conceived. I guess he was 21. My bad.
I'm 36 right now, and I can't even see myself dating somebody 21.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But we all know what it is though. In her sense, it's a money grab.
Mm-hmm.
And in his sense, oh dang, I got me a bad one. She was on what reality TV show she was in?
Basketball wives.
Yeah. Oh, bragging rights. And right now, from statistically, he's playing better right now. But when all that smoke clears out, it's like, all right, bro, what is this? And they ain't gonna look at that child support. You know what I mean? Like LT was saying, you know what I'm saying? Like most of these bras that be searching for, you know what I'm saying, entertainers and athletes, man. That who got booked? But was it Marlon Wayans?
I think I saw something recently you're talking
Yeah,
about.
18,000 a month.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Was that even his like wife, or that was just a girlfriend?
I don't think he ever got married. So yeah, I think that was his wife.
So you see what I'm saying? That's my point exactly, man. So I don't know, man. You would think, you know, the generation before would teach these young guys like, hey, watch out for this and that. But it's a thing where, you know, they just keep falling for the same trap generation after generation, man. So
Yeah, because we saw what the other people were doing, and for Jalen Green,
basic ass
what
name.
happened with him, and it was what happens with a lot of young guys, is you can say it easily. They put the pussy on the pedestal. You can say that. That's what happened. They thought about they thought about something that could happen right then and there. They didn't think about the long term. Even with just him and Drea, there was no long term thought process that went behind that. And now you got a kid, which is an 18-year mortgage in itself on a human being. No one thought about. And I mean, if you can count college in there, so that's 22. If you want to count that.
Yeah.
No one's thinking about the long term. They're only thinking about what's happening here and now, which is selfish.
Yeah.
You can only be selfish and only think about something that can happen right here and now. If you were thinking about an 18-year, 22-year plan, this is like what you have to have when you have a family. You could not be selfish when you think about stuff like that. You have to be selfish and just say, oh, well, you know, we just made a kid. We can co-parent. No, you can't. You can't co-parent the same way with two parents in the home than you can with separate
It's
homes.
really hard to co-parent with someone who's literally going to be gone for like how long is the basketball season?
Like 6 months at least.
Yeah.
80
Yeah,
games.
about
He's
to be
literally going to be gone during very intricate moments and times that this child is being raised, and that's going to cause strain
A
and
lot of traveling.
strife
Yeah.
between the relationship. She's going to feel fine though, because as long as the checks are clearing, she'll be okay. She'll hire a nanny. She'll be out of there and shit. But no one will actually be building a child or a connection with this child. The same way we kind of fucking, Nick Cannon has the money to create fucking children all willy nilly, but we love to tell
I
him that
don't
he
mean he
needs.
should.
And these women, you're 40 years old. You don't have an actual profession outside of people liking your shit on Instagram. Or you were dating / fucking someone that was actually talented. Am I correct? Like what was she doing before she married or,
I thought video model. I don't know what she did.
video
Yeah,
model?
like a vixen. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
video vixen.
Whatever that is. I don't know.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
age out for that at like 29.
Yeah.
So I feel like she's been out of that game, she's been a major player out of that game for at least 10 years. So you're really, it's predatory. It's the same thing that Diddy is on trial for. You were literally looking for young, ignorant, fucking banks, walking banks.
I'm glad you said
6'2"
that.
banks that just got out of college.
Let me ask both of y'all a quick question real quick. A real question. The percentage of women, how many of y'all think, like, not both of y'all, if I can get this out, what do y'all think, like, are y'all think them women, real women, really like checking her on this, like, yo, this ain't right? Or like, that's what's up, girl, you know what I'm saying?
Majority, I think, are saying it's empowerment because she's taking back her sexuality. It's liberating because just because she's almost 40 doesn't mean she has to stop living. That's what they're saying. Most of them.
You do have to stop living when you have a child, though. Like, not to say you have to die, but your life becomes about raising the child. You're only having the child so that you can fund other aspects of your life. That's what's fucked up about it. That's the disingenuousness of all of those statements. This is not liberating. This is using a child so that you can get a child and using both of these children to supplement your income, just like those evil parents from Nickelodeon.
You know, I'm my mom, she got daycare and I see kids all the time. And my perspective is each kid should at least have a chance to see what stability look like. You know what I'm saying? And with this, you know what I'm saying, situation here, the child not really going, from her perspective, is not going to really see a real, you know what I'm saying, standard of being stable from what she's saying coming out of her mouth. So I feel that that's unfair for the child. You feel?
I agree.
Yeah.
Nobody's thinking about that, especially her, because she's the one who's carrying this child. She's the one who ultimately made the decision to be pregnant by this guy.
Now, I will say, in his defense, this is the only thing I will say in Jalen Green's defense. His stats are crazy. This man is hooping.
Yeah,
this man is hooping. Like he's hooping for real. He might get a ring, and that's probably why he's feeling himself. Not in Houston. I don't even watch basketball
Houston's
anymore.
garbage.
I got 2K. I got 2K. Oh, so he losing. So his team losing?
Yeah, they're not gonna make no playoffs. No.
His stats went up though.
So
His stats went up though.
Yeah.
I seen that. But yeah,
maybe
Rockets
he get traded. See, I need to be his manager. But he is hooping.
You know why he hooping?
On the record.
Just gotta have a baby by him. You can be his manager.
He trying to get that because I think he underneath the rookie contract. You know, when they sign that extension, that's when them big bucks.
After those first 3 years, that's when you get that big money.
he trying to cut that big check with that next extension pay.
He has been bowling out of control. I'm not gonna lie. He dropped 42 points at Washington. That was pretty. That's pretty tough.
Do you think it's worse for a woman to date somebody that young versus a guy dating a woman that young?
Say that again.
You think it's worse for a guy dating a woman that young versus a woman dating a guy that young?
I don't think it's worse because we do it a lot. So and we've been doing it for literally the dawn of time. Like literally, men were buying other men's daughters off of them as a form. Like men were selling off their daughters as forms of currency as early as the first human beings were fighting over the first rock. Like, bargaining and trade, that's always been a thing. And bargaining, that's why that's why we call it human trafficking. Because we literally sell and exchange things, not only things, but people. Like when America says that we're trillions of dollars in debt, but you see us giving another country trillions of dollars, that's because that country is going to receive payment and what Americans do for the world economy. We're going to go out and buy, we're going to go out and consume, we're going to go out and pay attention. We're going to give all of our hard-earned resources. We're going to be the resource that ends up paying for the debt. We are the most valuable resource on the planet and we don't truly have ownership of ourselves. We're all being hoed. And honestly, women like this just have it easier because people will pay top dollar for that. They would have about 20 years ago. That's why you have to get someone that's a little out of the loop. You have to get new money. You can't get that old money because you're already old.
What do you think, Tim? You think it's worse one way or the other?
I think it's both. Just me personally, I think it's just both weird, man, from either, men and women, because it's like it sounds real predatory at this point. You know what I'm saying? With the age gap, from where she at and where he at. Like I said, I'm 36 and I couldn't even really take myself seriously. Somebody's 21. The maturity level, man, and
Okay, I got you.
yeah,
The maturity level.
the
Okay.
maturity level, yeah, it's like you really, especially 2024, you gotta have some real patience with.
It sounds like you're talking like a child. You have to have some.
Man, that's how I feel like, and it's like you gotta have endurance. They be doing that hip dance now. It's like, I just want to rock. It's like, yeah, man, you gotta have endurance to eat first to just hang with them.
Yeah.
You talking about let alone trying to have a child, man? Shoot.
That's
Okay.
exactly why she picked him as well, because he's an athlete. Everyone knows that a professional, it's going to be hard to keep them faithful. You know what I'm saying? They spend their primary work is spent around the country all year, just like Magic. Wilt Chamberlain said he had sex with over 20,000. Was it 10,000 or 20,000 women?
It's crazy.
I think it's 20,000.
Magic Johnson fucked around and got a sexually transmitted disease.
Crazy.
What?
Even
Okay.
Jordan was out here. RIP to the guy Kobe, but even he wasn't faithful. So she made a monopoly move. She went for a man that she knew was going to be just like Tim said, he's young, so he's mentally unavailable because he's young and he literally just got just like those kids on the All That set. They just got their first job and this has been their dream ever since they've been living their young ass life. So I'm literally, as the stats reflect, balling out of fucking control. I'm getting everything pregnant. My heroes do that. Lil Durk got like 5+ kids. NBA Youngboy got like 5+ kids. Lil Wayne got 4 kids. Lil Boosie got like a bunch of motherfucking kids. Everybody that I know and look up to has a bunch of motherfucking kids. Shit, I'm probably one of many kids that a motherfucker didn't care about. Whatever. I'm coming into new wealth. It doesn't matter to me.
If I can say this real quick, especially with like professional sports, man, I don't know all the ins and out when it comes to like the rookie transition, the camps or whatnot. Like, experienced players come talk to them, but somewhere down the line, it seems like it's what I'm saying, the ball's being dropped when it comes to like mentoring uh these young guys coming in because
Chuck and them be talking shit.
right.
They always talking shit on TNT. Now, see, the problem with these young players is the problem. Like they always chastise like that. You're right. There's a gigantic disconnect between the elders, the veterans of the NBA that should be mentoring, like Shaq. You
Right, right.
literally let Shawnee get a whole franchise off of your infidelity. Why are you not you out here posing with the general and selling me pizza and shit? Because you gotta pay all that child because you gotta pay alimony still for the rest of your life.
Don't forget Carnival Cruise.
Oh nah, he good now because she married.
On
Yeah.
a biological spectrum, though, here, which you
Mhm.
think is worse for a older guy dating a woman or an older woman dating a guy? On just biological, he wants to have a kid, he wants to raise a family, start a family, and then vice versa. Older woman wants to start a family. Which one do you think is worse?
An older man wanted to say it again.
An older man wanting to start a family with a younger woman, or an older woman wanting to start a family with a younger man? Which do you think
That's
is
literally
worse?
the way it should go. Like honestly, like as an older man, you come into your maturity. Not in here. I want to preface, not super old, not 20 years, 30 years, her senior, but typically women are attracted to older men. So yeah, a even 1, 2, 3 to 5 year range. That's typically, okay. I feel like, but yeah, when we're talking about decades, when it gets to be shit, I'd even say I'd honestly go as far as soon as double digits. I don't like that. I don't like that.
Yeah.
But that's been more of the norm throughout history
Why do you think that is?
because if you want to have many children, it's better to do that with the woman while she is young versus when it is
Exactly.
harder
That's
for her
why I
to
was
give
asking.
birth as this woman is.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. Because if he's 22, she's 39, she ain't got many years left. And if she can't make any more kids after a while, he may feel regretful and then go to someone else. At a young age of 22, he got a long life to go.
You do not want to be 22 with a baby mama that is 17 years older than you.
She may not
That
want anymore. Forget if biology says she can't have it. She may not want anymore.
your child support is going to keep her looking young for a long time.
I just go back to I just be thinking about the kids. Like she not really with him too. They both of them not really giving this child a fair chance. I
Yeah.
mean, granted, they can be great co-parent. Both go co-parenting, but like I said, I feel like each child deserves to at least see what stability look like. You know what I'm saying? This right here, this don't sound like no stability. I mean, like I said before, they might do their thing with co-parenting, but kids go to school, go to daycare, and they see other kids like, oh man, he got both of it or she got both of their parents at the house. I want to see. I wonder how that feels like. You know what I'm saying? Mhm.
Guys, nobody thinking about the kids at all. They just whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, and
Because
like I said, I'm around kids all the time. So, and
You
you
see it
know,
firsthand.
yeah, and it's like I see a whole man. You be surprised, man. Like what these kids be going through, man. That's not in a stable situation. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And then people be questioning a lot of people that's high school or college. Why this is such and such acting like this? Why that person acting like this? The upbringing.
Right.
You can look at the crazy. I can say Kanye right now.
Mm-hmm.
Not trying to talk bad about his name, but
yeah,
before you sit there and judge what kind of upbringing he had, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these people don't be thinking about the kids, man.
Yeah. Well, especially too, you gotta think about it too. If you got two different households,
Right.
it's like having two different restaurants. You got two different ways of how you work how you work your workers. You have two different ways how you cook your food.
operation.
Same thing with you got two parents. You got two different ways of how you raise your kids. You unless you're very, very, very friendly, respectful co-parents, you're going to do things differently. How you discipline them, how you educate them, what they should watch on TV, what they should do with their phones and stuff, how late they should stay out. All these things are going to be different, and then they're going to take advantage of the parent is going to be lenient on them when they're with them, and then when they switch back to the other side, they're going to code switch, so to speak. So that's why it's better to have both in the house at the same time than to have them separate.
And then let me add this real quick too. Let me add this because both of y'all can agree. Y'all either seen or either experienced this where she could be one of them where she her the child be with her and she might have a boyfriend or whatever, and discipline.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. She like don't be hitting my son. Like, well, if I'm the man in the household. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, I run this.
And
It's a
I'm the
whole
one that said, like, it's honestly irresponsible for her to be a 40-year-old woman. So you should be smarter and wiser in not even just in terms of age, but in terms of emotional maturity, just as a woman naturally. And as the fact that you've been walking this planet for damn near 40 years, it's inconsiderate to bring another black child into the people of color. You both brought another black child into this world, into a broken home. Regardless, if you feel like you're wealthy and you feel like their other parent is wealthy, you're still bringing them into this world where neither one of you are going to be able to give them the adequate time and attention that they truly deserve. Because this woman's obviously an attention whore. Like if your primary if your primary job before this was video vixen, and the next thing you're going to be doing is be on a show called Basketball Wives while you're not even in a fucking relationship, you're always going to be willing to whore and exploit yourself out. And how long is that going to take till it trickles down to your child? Again, all of these,
they're gonna do the
like,
same
it always
thing.
gets down to like Tim said, how you're rose and or how you rose, you're raising and your upbringing. It all comes down to these motherfuckers are bad parents.
Yeah.
Let's go to the last story right quick. Last story. I'm worried
I
about
know I
this.
missed Diddy, didn't I? Dang.
Yeah, that was at the beginning. Yeah,
Dang.
he'll be back around. I'm
Man,
sure.
I was at
did
T-Mobile, man, trying to get a charger.
Was it a C charger? Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, shoot, I could have gave you that, man. I would have.
Them gas station chargers that would be killing them phones, man.
Yeah.
Don't ever like
You gonna
boom.
pay for that
PSA:
too.
don't ever buy your charger from a gas station.
Yeah.
It has a virus in it.
Oh wow.
It's a hack for your phone, and they gonna be in there looking at all your Google Drive.
Dang.
Yeah.
You had to drive to T-Mobile, man.
And it'll drain your battery. I think that's the thing too. Like, there's definitely certain chargers that are set up to drain your battery, just to inconvenience you, because they know how much we rely on that shit.
All I'm gonna say, because I know you already had the segment. All I'm gonna say is this, boys. Cat Williams, he started it off. That's all I'm gonna say. 2024, he said stuff will be exposed. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, he getting the credit for that, huh?
Yeah, they giving it to him.
Cat Williams a
Which
Fed.
is weird. It's like he is because he wasn't the first one to say something about Diddy. Jamie Foxx allegedly ended up in the coma because he said something about Diddy. Ain't nobody put Diddy on trial for that. Like, that's not like.
Let's play this video real quick. It makes me this guy I'm about to show. Y'all have to discern amongst yourself to think if this guy is in trouble, his life is not safe. He's at the courthouse and he's trying to get a divorce, which is very rare because most of the time women are the ones who initiate the divorce. So I don't know what's going on with him that he's going to the courthouse trying to get a divorce, but looks like she's trying to save his marriage, but I don't know if he's in a safe place or not. Y'all let y'all decide on that.
Gave up on me, and we are right now at the courthouse. Well, I pulled up on him at the courthouse because he wanna divorce me. Right? You gonna give up? That easy? You don't know, but you up here. Did you fill out the paper?
It's like
The title
it's
is
like I'm
fighting
on
for my
edge.
marriage.
Like,
No, you're
Did you
not.
fill out the paper?
can I talk for
You're
one?
blackmailing for your
It's
marriage.
like I've been going through so much. Like it's I'm debating like should I go with it or should I not? Like I don't.
We debating you up here at the courthouse. It looked like you made your decision.
Like I'm just like why are you here?
I'm trying to see if
Why
you really
why
gonna
are
go
you
through with.
even next to me? Cause it's like I'm thinking like
You text me, told me you was getting a divorce. You at the courthouse. I pulled up on you obviously to stop this from happening. So you leaving with me or you staying here?
you could easily be doing this. I'm thinking like this woman, you know, should I divorce her or should I stay with her? You know, just try to work it out. But it seems like you ain't trying to like get your stuff together. Cause it's like I done told you plenty. I done told you plenty. I done told you plenty of time.
Don't make me get. Come on. What made me get arrested? What made me get crazy up in here?
I done told you plenty of times. Like I work, and like come home, I slave, and it's like you don't
make me get crazy. For real.
But it's like
For real. For real. Let's go now.
so.
Let's go. Come on. Why are you doing that? You ain't gotta do that. Just let's go.
This is cringe. Oh man.
You can just
That was the quietest, cringiest, like but yeah, that was the exact reason of why he need to divorce that woman.
You think she beats him?
No question. No
Possibly.
question. No question. I say no question.
Anybody, again, I say this or at least a few times, anyone that pulls out their phone as a way to blackmail you into getting what they want. Like, if I have to force you to stay with me by going through to that extent to humiliate you publicly, what are we doing here? Like, that's why we're at that's why we're at the courthouse. You think getting me to love you means humiliating me into loving you? Like, what?
But let's be real though. Let's be real. 9 times out of 10, you kind of see, as they say, red flags. You kind of see that while you're dating.
You do.
So he might not seen all the traits that she's showing now, but I know he had to see some of it while they was
Might have
dating.
found something, and yeah, just you see, she had to pull up on him at the courthouse. He was ready. He was dressed well. He got his beard lined up.
Well, she pulled up though. It seemed like she gonna pull something out though. That's how scared he looked.
All she pulled out was her phone, and that's a form of like manipulation, like to pull out the phone and threaten to
up in here.
I'm gonna make you look bad to the world if you try to leave me.
She talked to him like she was talking to one of her kids or something.
Yeah, that's like Dre. That's how Dre and Papa talks to Jalen.
Like, do you really want to scroll back by that memory in a couple of years on Facebook? Because again, like even if you talk me into not signing these papers today, there's gonna be a psychological shift in the way we interact. There's like it can't. I'm like nah. Like we gotta nah. Let that man like again. You would be. This is the kind of woman too that if she came home to a situation and found this man cheating, she would want to pull her phone out and expose that as well. He's trying to leave. He's saying that you are not good for me. Maybe I'm not good for you. Either one. Let me go.
It's not working.
Fighting for my marriage. How you fighting? And all you doing is recording and asking me softly worded questions.
Man, scared to death. And like Tim believes it.
Because he already at the courthouse. He not about to incriminate himself. You're not about to sit there and have an emotional response. You know why I'm leaving you? Because like, no, like, because I already got my documents. I put on this nice little zip up fleece. I don't need glasses, but I have them. You know what I'm saying? Like he's ready to get out of there. I wish this man much success.
Just think about this. The little bit we saw, the little conversation we saw on that video, they in the courthouse. So of course, they not trying to be loud. Just imagine
Yep.
how the conversation be like at the house. Oh my
Exactly
goodness.
what I was
Honestly,
thinking.
I would explain that to the judge. As soon as my lawyer showed up, it's like, look, I know I can't do no this what this motherfucker did before you got here. Can you use that in some way to like just to further? Because I was gonna break her off half, but now I think I can leave with everything. Now I think I can get half from her.
Yeah, exactly. Tim hit it right. The nail on the head. She talking
She put it on the internet now.
You can see the fierceness of how her mouth was cornered up in the corner. Cold. That mouth gets way bigger.
Abusive people do like to talk sweetly and gently to you in public.
She was talking through her teeth. That's how you know she fierce.
I really hope
the rest of your shepherd's pie. I spent a lot of money on that.
I'm gonna keep it 100. I hope because y'all know I ain't lying. It's a lot of guys that stay in these type of relationships, but they'll tell. I hope this ain't it, and they be like, I ain't gonna lie. The bedroom, I can't leave it, bro. Oh,
see, that should never be the reason. I've been in a relationship way too long, way longer than I've needed to be. But my reason has never been, oh man, the pussy, man, the head, man, never like still no reason. Like when the relationship is abusive or toxic, there's no justifiable reason to stay in one. But don't ever let it be something. And I hate to be so vulgar about it. Something that you can find on every corner for about $40. It's free property. You know what I'm saying? I told you I've been playing. Tim, you missed. I've been playing Monopoly for like 7 days straight.
Oh shoot!
I am the melanated Monopoly master.
Oh man, but it's a lot of guys that they stay in toxic, as you would say, relationships because it's just into their eyes, it's just that good.
That's stupid. They're dumb. I'm not sorry. Because you know what? Hey, look, there are some women that stay in situations too. Like they'll continue to be Yvette. There's a reason they play Baby Boy 38 times a fucking month on BET. There's a reason they do that.
Traumatize it.
It's stupid if you have nothing to lose. Now, if you have a kid involved, and that's different.
Right.
You're married, that's different.
Right.
I mean, all that fucking the kid is gonna pop up. All that I'm sticking around for the good pussy. I'm sticking around for the good dick. A kid
What
is
they
gonna
call it? Being whipped. That's what they call it. Yeah, being whipped.
What they call it?
Sacral.
Somebody throw that dude the life raft. Hopefully I don't think you think I didn't see the rest of the video. I wish there was a rest of it. Do you think he left with her, or do you think he went through with the papers?
I think they went to the house and he got crazy, if you ask me.
Yo, crazy good or crazy bad?
Crazy bad.
You know what would be funny though? They go back to the house and then they get in an argument and she gets him to hit him, and now she takes him to the courthouse for abuse.
Right, yeah.
She looked like the type to bang her own head up against the wall and be just like, oh my God, why would you hit me? Yo, bitch, what the fuck is you? Stop hitting me. Soon as the police walk out with your dumb ass. Vincent Price on that.
She going Jonathan Majors him, and she's black.
Oh, damn! Free my man. Is he in jail? Free my man. Hey, look.
Marvel just cut him off. That's all that is. He's out. He's out of the multiverse.
That shit. They still found a way to find him guilty. He is on camera running away from a whole live busting a 4 flat in Timberlands in the wintertime away from a dangerous white woman, and they still found him guilty of something. They found him guilty of hurting her feelings.
You know what? If I can say this real quick, I know y'all had a Diddy segment earlier, but I was talking to people at work, and we was talking about like when they done with you, they will let you know, and they will show they are done with you. And I just look at the Jonathan Major situation, and I'm just looking at this Diddy situation, like maybe they are quote unquote done with him. You know,
Played in Diddy booty enough. They done let him play in enough people booty. Jonathan Majors, I feel they was probably afraid of that motherfucker. Honestly, on some real shit, like
yeah.
he could probably knock a motherfucker out. The fact that he was running from this white woman again, he could have knocked her the fuck. He could have OJ'd the fuck out of this woman. He could have, but he got little on her ass on Broad Street in 45th. I don't even know if that's the exact intersection. I don't be in New York. I don't be where they be at.
All right, we're going to hit the deepest thought right quick. Let's see what this week's deepest thought is.
What lo-fi?
When you're in a relationship, this would the first month be like. No, you hang up first. No, I'm not gonna hang up first. No, I just fall asleep. After 1 year, listen, figure out what the fuck you want to eat. I'm going to fucking sleep. Bye.
That is great.
Was that actually like cute, hilarious? That was funny. Who's still playing with Elmos? Then we learn some weird shit about them about their man that was. Look, I'm gonna ruin everything.
Sesame Street got a documentary too.
I don't know.
My God.
Oh, here in a minute, everything about to have a documentary.
Quiet on the Street.
There was,
oh my goodness.
I know it was a black guy that spoke. Well, at least at one point, it was a black guy that spoke for Elmo, and I think he got in trouble with the underage boy.
Oh my God!
Can you tell me how to get to the special victims unit?
It's just about everything about it. Either have a documentary of like something like Freak Nick or
docu-series.
Docu-series, yeah.
Because they want you coming back week after week. They want to. They if you notice, they're not writing scripts for anything. They're literally just paying people a little bit of money. They're paying has-been actors. Sorry to say it like that. Has-been actors minimum wage, or not even actors. Has-been people minimum wage to sit down and talk about what trauma they went through, and they're just going to stretch it out into like nine episodes.
Surviving R. Kelly started this.
Yeah, basically.
I don't even think
three of them, I think.
I don't think it started it. I think it was like because there's
elevated. Yeah.
Oh man, we could go down a rabbit hole. There's a whole iceberg of the expose docu-series.
Yeah.
Behind the music, like goddamn, literally. So yeah, cocaine is hella like all of this, all of it.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up there. This has been Hostile Therapy with Big Red on Thursday with me, Big Red, and LT. Thanks for joining us, and Tim, appreciate your time as you came on, man, for the end of the show. Appreciate your time, man. So that charger is working great.
Oh, it's hey, he got the super fast charger.
Oh yeah, you paid a pretty penny for that.
oh yeah. But you know what? I'm in good hands. I think what it is, I think my other charger's at my job. That's why like I'm gonna keep one at the house, so I won't have to take it and then leave that one at my job.
Yeah, go to Amazon, man. Get the package deals, man. Get some for about $10 to get 3 or 4 for $10.
Hey, some of them now it'd be knockoff, especially if the address is ZOOOOUUUUU.
Oh, mine be good, man.
Yeah.
Like Calcutta,
at least I say at least 6 months. You know, because I put it through wear and tear because I sleep on top of it, or I step on it, or I yank it out. So but I keep one in the car, bedroom, living room, extra on deck. You know, because I hate going to room because I lose them.
Yeah, that's me taking it everywhere. Yeah.
All right, and this has been Hostile Therapy with Big Red, getting some hostile therapy, not because you want it, but because you need it. And we'll see you next Thursday, y'all. Peace.
Yeah, T Freak. Yeah, I
Israel,
knew it. It was coming. I knew it was coming.
Goddamn.